What's up, Peep Squad? Peep Squad is in the building, baby. What's going on, my peeps, my peoples? Peep Squad, let's talk about this situation. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's good with you? What is going on? Hopefully, you guys are all blessed, baby. So let's just get down to the situation. Let's talk about what is going on. So let's get into it. Peep Squad. So let's just talk about all this shit that is going on. It's really not that big because we're not talking about any life-changing issues. But, you know, yesterday, Wendy Williams' show was kind of like off the chain. I was like, OMG, I was laughing harder than I ever laughed before. And I was like, Wendy Williams is getting into it. She's getting into the situation. She's going head over heels. I was like, for real, for real? And also, we got to talk about Chris Brown. There is a video that is circulating of Chris Brown. And I want you guys to tell me if you think that Chris Brown is on that stuff. You know, Tokyo Vanity basically said she calls Chris Brown Christopher Powder Brown. So I don't know what's going on with that situation, but it's crazy. What's going on, Felicia Butler? What's going on, Jackster? What's going on, April Morgan? What's going on, Black Lavender? What's going on, Belle? How y'all doing? Good afternoon, good evening. How y'all doing? How y'all living? How y'all chilling? How y'all holding it down? What's popping with y'all? Is life good? What's good, baby? There's a whole lot going on. So we got Kanye West to talk about with his new girlfriend. He's out here in these streets running around. We got Alexis Sky. She's not forgiving Akbar at all, point blank, period. She don't want no apologies. She don't want to hear shit from the situation. And we got the Chris Brown situation. We got Foxy Brown coming out, you know, with a tell-all book or a memoirs of Foxy Brown, and Wendy Williams kind of like shade that situation. We got Gorilla Girl. She's out here and she got products in these streets that she is selling. We got Wendy shading, you know, Real Housewives. I was like, what is really going on? And you got Post Malone getting shaded by Wendy Williams too as well. I was like, shit. We got Freaknik. Have you guys been to Freaknik? Have y'all experienced that situation? Bravo hiring all types of criminals. Flavor Flav letting us know the deal. I was like, Lord have mercy. And we have, what's his name, Nick Cannon. He got baby after baby. He got about 8 babies, 7 babies, and he's having twins after twins after twins, and they're all coincide with each other. I was like, damn, he's out here doing the most. He is doing the most. What's up, Chef Disaster? Please subscribe to Chef Disaster 3.0 YouTube channel. Show him some love, baby. Thank you for smashing that like button. Patricia, what's up? What's good? Wimbledon, what's going on? So let's just talk about the situation. It's just too much going on. So you guys got to let me know if you think Chris Brown is on them drugs. So let's get into it. So here we go. Where is Chris Brown? Now, you
gotta surround yourself with real people, man. Not real. Get the fuck away from us. You know? This is.
I love you so much, bro.
1,000.
Oh! Man, I love you.
You gotta surround yourself with real people, man. Not real. Get the fuck away from us. You know? This is.
I love you so much, bro.
1,000.
Oh! Man, I love you.
You gotta surround yourself with real people, man. Not real. Get the fuck away from us. You know? This is.
I love you so much, bro.
1,000.
Oh! Man, I love you.
What y'all
You gotta
think?
surround yourself with real people, man.
What do y'all think about the situation with Chris Brown? Is he intoxicated? Did he smoke some trees? Or is it that other stuff? Does he look like he's out here doing the do? Does he look like he's out here with the white horse? What's going on? What's going on, Lewis? How you doing? I believe Chris Brown could possibly be allegedly. Allegedly, this is what they're saying, that this video is floating around and Chris Brown looked like he doing something. Or, I was like, Lord, what's up, Felicia Butler? This is crazy. Like, what's going on with Chris Brown? He might just been partying all night, dancing all night, but he just looks different. He don't look the same, you know? Patricia Bennett. But that's what you think? All right, you guys can call in and tell me what you think. The phone line's on the screen. Let me know what you think about the situation. Does he look like he's on that? Does it look weird? Cloud 9, Felicia Butler, April Morgan. Yeah, Lord have mercy. Let's hear him talk again. Let's see what he says.
Real, get the fuck away from us. You know? This is.
I love you so much, bro.
1,000.
Oh! Man, I love you.
Too much.
You gotta surround yourself with real people, man. Not real. Get the fuck away from us. You know? This is.
I I love you so much, bro.
1,000. Oh!
Man, I love you.
So
You gotta
it seems
surround
like,
yourself with real people, man. Not real. Get the fuck away from us. You know? That's it.
I love you so much, bro.
1,000. Oh!
For real, for real. These famous people have more problems than poor folks. Make it make sense. Salute to you, Mary Jane. Got dope content. You're so good. Thank you so much, Chef Disaster. You guys make sure you go check out Chef Disaster. He has so much going on. He did a video last night on Tupac Shakur, his birthday, his legacy, Malcolm X, and a lot of different things and things that faces our community. So please go check him out and show him some love too as well. He's been rocking for years. He's a good person. He's down to earth. So you guys are all agreeing that Chris Brown looked like he on that stuff. Lord have mercy. Oh my God, all over the place. Just say no. Just the tea, please. Hey, how you doing? What's going on? I'm like, Lord have mercy. Like, what's going on with Mr. Chris Brown? You know, he got a song coming out with Wale, and I seen a video shoot. And the video shoot, they didn't really show him up close and shit like that. But it looked like he lost a whole lot of weight. Because you remember at one point in time, he was thick, he was chunky. And it's just like, I don't know. When I saw this video, I was like, what? What is going on? Is there something going on in this situation? Like, you know, I needed to hit up Peep Squad and ask you guys what you guys think about this situation. Let's hear him talk again.
1,000. Oh!
Man, I love you.
You gotta surround yourself with real people, man. Not real. Get the fuck away from us. You know? That's it.
I love you so much, bro.
1,000. Oh!
As you guys know, he cut off all his hair and everything. So, you know, Chris Brown, he's been through a lot. He done a lot. You know, the industry is one of these industries where it's either going to spit you up and chew you out, or either you're going to ride the wave and be down with everything, or you're going to get caught up out there, especially if you don't do what the powers that be tell you to do, whoever you rolling with. So that's just a crazy situation. And what do you guys think about LaLa? LaLa and Carmelo Anthony are getting a divorce. Is it about time? Like, what's going on with this situation? Like, what is happening? Okay, they finally say, you know, they finally calling it quits. They finally saying, you know, it's over, it's finito, but LaLa's gonna get all the money. And LaLa and Carmelo Anthony, they've been through a whole lot. They separated plenty of times. It's been speculating that, you know, Carmelo Anthony been cheating on her, but it says that they are actually having a amicable divorce. And they're both calling it quits. LaLa filed for divorce Thursday in New York after 11 years. 11 years. They done tied the knot. And basically she said, hey, we can't come back. It's over. It's finito. She done got a whole face job, a whole new body, whole new everything. And now she's probably going to have a whole new man. I was like, damn, Carmelo Anthony can now cheat in peace. It was like, damn, they should have been called it. But they did whatever they had to do to work the situation out. They still friends. They do have a child together and all that other good stuff. But Carmelo Anthony, we done seen him on boats. We done seen the females. We done seen Carmelo Anthony allegedly out here with any and everybody other than LaLa on trips, vacation, cruises. I mean, he was with everybody. But damn, if you didn't want LaLa, why didn't you just walk away? LaLa, if you didn't want Carmelo Anthony, why did you not walk away? You guys have heard the alleged rumors that LaLa plays for the other team. She likes what she got between her legs. Allegedly, I don't know if any of that's true. People say this about her, say that about her, that, you know, she's into, you know, she's into peach juice. She might hit up Porsha Williams. Who knows? But in any event, they finally call it quits and they're separating. So now are we gonna actually see Carmelo Anthony out here with this one and that one, and he can do it comfortably? If LaLa gonna come out, is LaLa gonna have a man? Is she gonna have a woman? Who's she gonna have allegedly? Because we don't know, because people be spreading rumors about these mother suckers that don't even be true at all. Point blank, period. You know, somebody get to going with these rumors and it just hits the streets. So in any event, you know, they took their time. They've been separated already. We already knew they were separated. We haven't seen Carmelo Anthony and LaLa together in years, in the same place at the same damn time. You know, only when, you know, she gave him a happy Father's Day, you know, when the pandemic was going on, you know, basically she cherished Carmelo Anthony because he's the father, you know, of their son, and she gave him like a big Father's Day thing or happy birthday thing that was on Instagram. It was so nice, but they haven't been together, and basically they've been working it out privately. privately before they told the public about anything, because they want to have a smooth transition in their relationship, because they do have a 14-year-old son, and that is their top priority. But in any event, LaLa went down to the court. She went down to the magistrate, and she was like, get this mother effer out my life. He can have his ring. He can have everything. I'm just done. I'm finito. You know Carmelo Anthony wasn't going to file for divorce because he don't want to split half that money. She's been with him they've been married for 11 years and change. You know what I mean? So therefore, you know, his bank account is going to dwindle. And it's sad that Carmelo Anthony don't have a ring. Like, he should have a ring. Why don't he have a ring, y'all? This man don't even have a ring. What? It's just sad. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments, because I got like 18 screens open, baby. So let me see. Let me click over. Here we go. So, April Morgan, rumors LaLa has someone. Yes, what's up, Major? What's going on? How you doing? What's popping with you? Let me see if I can bring this other screen up, because these screens are just closing down. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
This is Chef Disaster calling from Long Island, New York.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Chillin'. How you doing, Queen?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't complain. I won't complain. Well, I came up to talk about the LaLa and Carmelo Anthony situation. Because I have been following them for a while, not like a real fan and that, but I think their situation is interesting, being that, you know, LaLa, I think, is from like the group that, you know, used to go after ballers, you know, for the paycheck or whatever or whatnot, you know, allegedly. So I just always wanted to see how this one would work out. It was kind of odd how they were together, being he was, you know, the star basketball player and you know, in the limelight in that way, and then like she had a different background, but it kind of played out well, and I think it mostly played out that way generally because they do love each other. I can tell that, you know, through their any reactions when they were together, but also I think both of them are really invested in Cayenne, and regardless of what they're going through, they've always been respectful in that manner. And that'll be good for the boy, you know. I'm definitely about, you know, making sure we don't do damage, you know, to other people, you know, trying to make adjustments in our lives. So that's why I wanted to call up and talk about that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I people did say that about LaLa in that era of, you know, chasing down a baller. Now all you got to do is go on Instagram and get a baller. He'll DM you, or you DM him, or you put a sexy video out and you got him. But, you know, they had to put a little bit work back then. They had to go chase him down and find out where they was at, where their game was, who was he with, you know, connect the dots with the situation. But I do agree that they definitely had a respectable, you know, separation. Facts.
Mm-hmm. And now it's just time for Melo to pay that bag. You know, you got caught cheating. You got caught cheating a few times. So pay the bag and let her leave, man. Give her the keys to her own. Let her go. She deserved it, man. She didn't even make you look bad at all, even when you know she could have. But she knew his image would have suffered that way. You know, his advertisement and stuff like that. And in the long run, that would have hurt their son Cayenne. You always want a woman that's by your side, even when you're at differences. She wants to see, she has your best interests in mind. That's important. So I definitely salute to the smooth breakup or whatever or whatnot.
That's true indeed. What do you think about Mr. Chris Brown?
Chris Brown. So,
say allegedly, but what do you think about the videos back on the screen? We're going to play it again. I'm going to put it
Man, I love you.
You gotta surround yourself with real people, man. If you're not real, get the fuck away from us. You know, that's it.
I love you so much, bro.
1,000.
Man, I love you.
What do you think about Chris Brown?
Yo, Mary Jane, your content is dope, but let me tell you one thing about Chris Brown. I believe his issues aren't new. I believe since he was, you know, a younger artist, he's had the same type of issues. Now he's just an adult, and there's no one really controlling him. He doesn't have a handler. He's his own individual, so he does a lot of the things he do without thinking, and you can tell some of the things that he does are not well thought out. But the whole how he's looking, I maybe can contribute to maybe a different diet. I don't know what's going on with that. I would say I would definitely want to say a different diet, you know, because that's just beyond. That's just way too skinny. Way too skinny. I'm not gonna say nothing about nobody who don't say it about themselves, but he's lost a tremendous amount of weight.
A lot
Yes.
of weight.
Yes.
A lot. He definitely did, y'all. But he's been through the ringer. He done put people through the ringer. It's like one of them situations where once you're a child star and you got everybody hands out, you got everybody that wants something from you, and you got to perform, and then you end up getting into these high profile relationships. It's just one of them situations because, you know, everybody said before the situation went down with him and Rihanna that he was supposed to be the next Michael Jackson, and that incident stopped a whole lot of things.
Yeah, see, when they were saying that whole Michael Jackson thing anyway, I just think he jumped over Usher, man. Usher was the next best thing as far as, you know, them dance moves, and, you know, I just think Chris Brown has gotten entitled. He feels like anything that he does is golden. It deserves, you know, some sort of pat on the back when, I mean, you're fading. You're fading in performance. You're fading in the music, and it looks like you're fading in health. So I need for the brother Chris Brown, you know, come on back, man. Make a couple of smooth jams. Get your weight up. You know what I mean? Marry somebody. Settle down. Do something real niggas do, man. Salute to Chris Brown, though.
Yeah, salute to him because I love his music, and I've been listening to his music since he first came out. And it's just a tragic, like, we see the uphaul and then we see the downfall, just like we've seen with Britney Spears, just like we've seen with Whitney Houston, you know? Mm-hmm. It's just tragic because they don't have the right protection. And if you go back to all the old school movies that came out back in the day about the Temptation, the 5 Heartbeats, and just how the industry is, it's just like nobody pays attention to what happened in the past so it don't happen in the future. You know, we have stars and celebrities that, you know, they said, is it the 25 club or the 27 club where artists, they die at a certain age? You know what I mean? And luckily he's still here, so, you know, somebody got to help him. He needs some help. For real.
Yeah. I think with a lot of the artists is dying, like, before you know, they reach 30 or whatever or whatnot, I think too much of one thing will always kill you. That old saying, too much of one thing will kill you. It's possibly too much fame can kill you as well, and not in the direct form, but, you know, leading up to it. So too much of anything will kill you.
Yes, sir. Too much anything will get to you. But we're going to get back to Wendy Williams. So Wendy Williams was out here in these streets. This was yesterday. I watched the Wendy Williams show yesterday. And I don't know, but she was just so, like, off the chain yesterday. Like, she was going in for it. And we must say that Wendy Williams is bringing back the jean dress. I was like, look at that denim dress Wendy Williams got on. I know you guys gonna say she looked like this, she looked like that, but Wendy Williams came through with that jean outfit, baby. But she started to talk about, you know, Foxy Brown, because Foxy Brown is actually having a memoir. She's releasing a book, and Wendy was like, I don't read books. She was like, is it gonna be an auto book? Oh, well, Foxy can't do an auto book. I was like, why you gotta shade her, Wendy? Like, Wendy, why you gotta do all that? And basically saying that, you know, and Wendy Williams also went there basically saying that Foxy Brown had Jay-Z first before Beyonce had Jay-Z. I was like, yep, she went all the way there, came back around. And you guys know the rumor was that Foxy Brown was dating Jay-Z back in the day and she was underage. So you guys let me know in the comments what you think about that situation, and why is Wendy Williams shading her, talking about she needs to do an auto book, but she can't. I was like, Lord have mercy. So what is your take on that, Chef?
My take on Wendy Williams and spewing the type of rhetoric she does. I mean, she didn't have to go for Foxy Brown like that, but you know, all publicity is good publicity. So if I was Foxy Brown, I would just say thank you for the publicity. As far as you know, Wendy Williams always running her mouth. I mean, that's how she came up. That's who she is. You know, she got that, you know, New York in her type swag. But I can say that she has to be careful, because the same thing make you laugh will turn around and make you cry. And I say that because how much accountability for the things she says does Wendy Williams really own? I mean, mess around and say something about the wrong people, and they'll make it seem like everything you say is crazy because you're crazy. You know those trips back and forth to rehab and things like that aren't a good look for your image. So I think she needs to be careful on what she say. Sometimes
she ain't gonna never be careful. She's very careful. To me, she's very careful because Wendy on a radio station was off the chain. Wendy on TV, she's, people have came out after her and said, let's cancel her, or she's racist, she's low down, she's this, she's that. But on the radio, she was 1,000 times worse. It's like she simmered down on TV. She simmered down on TV. Lord.
Yeah, Wendy was a beast. You ain't lying, Mary Jane. She was a beast.
I learned a lot from her commentary on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
She was off the chain, but Wendy Williams, she throws in a little here there. She be dry shading, and sometimes she's come out shading, but the way that she used to talk on the radio is nothing like she talks on TV. Nothing.
Yeah. She had it going like old boy, the other disc jockey, Howard Stern. She had her own kind of swag in that way, like her own gimmicks, the way she did things. She definitely had it going on. She was a beast. I mean, if she didn't have that run in with P. Diddy, I think she would have carried on for a long while.
Yep.
But it was good that she didn't, because I think the TV thing is, a lot more better for her brand. It did a lot better for her brand.
You have Lisa West. She said that she loves your commentary.
Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate that.
Pamela says she's still a mess. So Wendy Williams gets into her bag, and she started talking about Danielle. Danielle is from Real Housewives of New Jersey, and I stopped watching Real Housewives of New Jersey when Danielle was on the show, and maybe a couple of years after, but I don't watch that anymore. So basically, Danielle has jumped on the internet. She done jumped on Twitter. She done jumped on Instagram, and Danielle was saying Bravo is hiring nothing but criminals because of Teresa Giudice, or whatever her name is. She been to jail. Her husband been to jail. They've been doing all types of crimes, and now you have, Erica Jane out here basically, people are saying that, she's a part of her husband's empire, stealing and robbing people. And Wendy Williams wasn't nice to her at all. Basically, Wendy Williams was like, girl, you talking about, the other cast members of Real Housewives in New Jersey, or the other franchise. But basically, girl, you are a criminal. You kidnapped somebody and you held them from ransom because you was with allegedly a drug dealer, and allegedly you was dating a drug dealer and had a boyfriend as a drug dealer too as well. And all the product disappeared, and you and your man end up kidnapping that dude and basically held him for ransom, allegedly, until he can pay the $25,000. So basically, Wendy is telling her to shut up and keep it moving because you're a criminal too. And she said, you want to come for Erica Jane, but girlfriend, you was at the same strip club with Erica Jane back in the day, on that stage. I was like, Lord. And I think the place is called Skechers Skechers or something like that, Skechers, something like that. That's the name of the club. So Wendy was going in on on her. I was like, damn. So she went in on Danielle, basically told Danielle to fall back. You're a criminal, and if there wasn't criminals on Bravo or the Real Housewives of a Real Housewives franchise, period, people wouldn't watch the situation. So what do you think about Bravo hiring criminals that commit crimes and do all types of ish?
I mean, Bravo has been at the forefront of putting out sketchy, programs and shows for years. I think they do it purposely. I mean, they've had these mafia figures on there, and that alone, glorifying that was just like crazy to me. So I just think they know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? They know what's controversial. They know what people are gonna watch.
Yep.
That's what I think. It's a business tactic, you know?
Facts. But Wendy shaded the shit out of her and told her to be quiet because she ain't nothing but an old drug addict, allegedly, and a criminal, held people hostage, and she was dating all types of criminals and drug dealers, was doing way worse than Erica Jane, even though Erica Jane is acting like she don't know what her husband was doing. But the documentary that's coming out on not Netflix, but Hulu, I believe, basically it looks like she's a part of the situation, and she was in on the situation. So while her husband, Erica Jane's husband, was out here robbing and stealing and taking old folks' money, she was benefiting too as well. You don't think the network still? Ask NeNe Leak. She'll tell you that they still. Hey, Miss T, what's going on? Danielle, criminal activities are in a book. Did she think we forgot? I think she did, girlfriend. I think she did, Major. And Andy loves the mess. I agree with Carla. Just a T. And also Pamela says Andy doesn't do a background check on these people. He does, but they don't give a damn. So let's get to Gorilla Glue Girl. You guys know who Gorilla Glue Girl is, right? Jessica? So basically, Wendy Williams said she don't want to talk about this girl no more. She don't want to see a picture no more. She's tired of this girl. But she said that she better do something. She better start twerking. She better do something in her life to get some money, to basically take care of herself. But in any event, Wendy Williams was like, you know what? I'm helping her out because I'm talking about her on my show, and I'm actually supporting her products. So basically, Wendy Williams is getting that Gorilla Glue Girl and basically saying, girl, you need to fall back. You need to step back. You need to do something. And I was like, damn, Wendy, why you have to hit the girl like that? So Wendy hit her hard, but Wendy did promote her products. She said, at least I'm promoting her products. Wendy was like, I ain't gonna buy this shit. I ain't gonna use this shit. And then Wendy asked the people in the audience, who's gonna use her products? Let me take down the little banner so you guys can see her products. So would you guys buy Forever Whole, Forever Hair? So basically, Gorilla Glue Girl is coming out with products. Wendy was shading. She was reading down, but she was reading very lightly. And she also made it clear, like, listen, when I talk about these people, whether I'm being positive or negative, I'm actually promoting them. And that's the same thing Chef said when Wendy was talking about, Foxy Brown. She was like, and this girl needs to work on her fake contacts. I was like, Lord have mercy. Wendy, why you gotta go in like that? Please like the video. So what do you think about Gorilla Glue Girl, Chef?
I think Gorilla Glue Girl, again, like you just said, I think that, she can, take the good publicity from, because when somebody like Wendy, says something about you, you're going to get more streams, more whatever, because she's just relevant, and that just is what it is. But like I said, I think Wendy knows what she's doing. I think she's very tactical on who she addresses and things like that. So again, I think it's something that she basically she knew what she was doing. You could say she planned it or whatnot, but she's very creative with creating situations that draw people to want to watch. She's got a long run. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
it ain't because she's not talented.
Yes, and so we got Miss T. It's already out, and it's really interesting. So Miss T is actually talking about the documentary with Erica Jane on Hulu. I'm going to check that out. There's a bunch of shows I already got loaded up, already recorded that I need to watch. And we have Belle, basically, Teresa Bell basically said, hell no, I ain't buying shit from her. We got Major, I wouldn't buy a cup of lemonade from this chick. Lord have mercy. She said a cup of lemonade, and baby, it's summertime, so we all need some lemonade. So if somebody selling some lemonade and you walk away from them because of who they are, it's downright dirty. And we have LSW. What's up? What's going on? We have Gia. Hey, how you doing? So, Wendy Williams did promote Gorilla Glue Girl too as well, because she didn't have to talk about her because people ain't really talking about her. But when it comes to Gorilla Glue Girl, Jessica, I believe her name is, you know, she started a whole lot going on. She has a manager, and basically she's trying to make that 15 minutes of fame that went on and on and on, you know, make it out of something. So yeah, she is making like a hair care product. So if you ladies, you know, really want that hold on your hair, this girl should know what type of hold you want. So I don't know, but it's forever hold. That's what she is selling. Lord have mercy.
It's like if Wendy Williams watch your show, and on the next time she go on her show, she go, oh, this blogger named Mary Jane has been talking about me. You know, she said something crazy about you. Are you really going to be mad?
No, Wendy Williams actually came into my chat like maybe a year ago. So hell no, I wouldn't be mad. Hell no. So let's get to this situation. Wendy Williams was also shading Kevin Hunter, her ex-husband too, as well, when she was talking about Sweetie and Quavo. And you guys know the Sweetie and Quavo situation. They broke up. It was public. Allegedly, you know, Sweetie did an interview with homeboy. I don't even know his name anymore, but with P. Diddy's son. And then, you know, allegedly Amigos went after him and beat his ass. And allegedly Migos, when they did an interview with the Breakfast Club, they said they don't even know who that dude is, and they didn't even touch him. But the rumor was that Quavo brought Sweetie a Bentley, baby, in that Bentley chilling, doing my thing, like, hey, baby. And he took it back. And Wendy Williams says, if a man gives you anything, you're supposed to give him all his shit back. If you are a 100 woman, you just give his shit back so you don't even think about his ass no more. But then Wendy, you know, she had to jump in and she had to say, hey, listen, let me tell you something. I didn't give back shit to Kevin. She didn't say Kevin, but she said I didn't give anything back because I worked hard for it. So basically she's telling Kevin Hunter she worked hard for every goddamn thing that she got, number one, and she put in the hard work. And then she's also saying that I probably brought half the shit anyway. So Wendy was, this episode yesterday, I'm telling y'all, I sat there and watched the whole episode and I fell out my chair. Wendy was talking her shit and that denim dress, let me tell you, she was talking hella shit. And she said, if you want, it's a good thing if you do give it back, but I ain't give shit back because he probably brought the shit with my money. I was like, Lord. So, what do you think about that situation? And should women return gifts that they get from their exes? Because you're a man, you buy gifts. Do you want the gifts to be returned to you?
Nah. Nope. Nah, though, but I think Kevin is a weirdo. He's a goofy. He was spending Wendy money on his side piece when they were still married. So I don't agree with nothing he does. He's a goofy.
He's a goofy. That's what Charlamagne says about him too as well. He was like, something's wrong with this dude, and he's out here promoting a new girl on YouTube and everything, trying to build her up to be some type of star. Like, baby, Kevin, you missed the flight. You should have stayed with Wendy. Y'all could have did much more, because Wendy biography, her documentary that she did, and Wendy, you know, with her Lifetime, she did 2 shows with them, and them shits was absolutely excellent. And I commend Wendy for absolutely doing her own biography or her own biopic where she didn't want her son to be mentioned. She didn't want certain shit to be mentioned. So you can't write her story. She's writing her own stories. So I hope more celebrities will write their story while they're still living.
Yeah. Kevin is a goofy. For real, man. He brought a new car with Wendy's money.
told that shit. Wendy told them cars. Wendy got the tow truck people. They came there and got them cars. Lord.
As she should.
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, nah, he don't hold no weight. That name holds no weight. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Everything he brought her is hers anyway. He used Wendy money. We know that. He was still doing it when he broke up. So, yeah, on his part, yeah. Nah, I don't agree with him. He gotta give everything back, or the girl gotta keep it. You know what I'm saying? Because he do some under the table stuff that, you know.
Yes. Pamela says it's the forever and ever and ever lost. So Pamela basically saying Gorilla Glue girl, her shit that she's saying forever hold. She's not here for that situation. And we have Kim Woodward. I'm telling you, that show was off. Yesterday's show, I was going to talk about it yesterday, but I ended up getting busy. I'm telling you, Wendy was reading, and she was doing it effortless, and it was just so funny, and it wasn't so bad, you know what I mean? Thank you. And also, Major says, I never give back a damn thing. And Just the T, please, 93. And Wendy right about that. She probably bought her own stuff. Apso. Hey, Mary and Mods, thank you so much. And Pamela, I agree, don't give back shit. Kimberly Woodward, Nick trying to get him a show. Nick already, if you're talking about Nick Cannon, he already got a talk show that has already happened. It's already in the works. He got the talk show because Nick Cannon always wanted a talk show. Because remember, he was kind of trying to, come in after Wendy Williams when Wendy Williams went on hiatus. Then she had the other dude, the Caucasian dude, coming in. I forgot his name, but I remember him from like the 80s movies or whatever. And then we have Major. Kevin probably did buy everything with Wendy's money. She was right. So Wendy said, don't. She said, if you want to, just to be the big engagement rings, yeah, give it back because you didn't get married. So, but basically, she shaded Kevin real quick. She shaded him real quick, and then let's talk about this little situation when she talks about Lil Uzi Vert, and she basically says this diamond shit that he got on his forehead is ridiculous. It ain't shit, and she don't even know why. It don't make no sense. Point blank. Period. I was like, because, she started to talk about that situation. Okay, this shit was right here was really funny yesterday when Wendy Williams started to talk about Post Malone. And Post Malone, let me see if I have it up here. Post Malone got his grill done, right? So he got his grill done is worth like $1.6 million. So he got his veins are these big diamonds. And, basically Wendy was like, yo, this dude got burnt. Like he did not pay $1.6 million. If he did, he got burnt. And basically Wendy said that he only paid $30,000 for this shit. And he probably put the doctor or the dentist on Instagram and blase in the third. Because if not, she was like, yo, he can go broke in 5 years. Okay, so that was funny. Hey Ralph, what's going on? So that shit was funny. And she was talking about his mouth. And then Wendy and her producer, Norman, where's Norman? Here's Norman. So Norman and Wendy started shading this dude so bad that it was just so funny. Norman was like, you can knock them teeth out his mouth and he can, he won't be broke. He won't be broke. And then Norman jumped in and then Norman said that, they can rob him and take his money. Then Wendy was like, yeah, just punch him in the face, hold his head back and just take his veins off, his fangs, and take them diamonds, and then boom, he won't have shit. So Wendy was just like, yo, Wendy was talking about robbing this dude for his $1.6 million grill. What do you think about that, Chef?
Again with Wendy, very but to sit there, you know what? Name the artist that hasn't done that. It's very rare that most artists don't boost up the price on the jewelry that they buy, the houses, the cars. If you can name me two back to back, that'd be like rare, because they all do it. They all do it or have done it once in their life. So, that's what they do. That's part of their celebrity.
Yeah.
They make it like they're living an extravagant lifestyle.
And so Wendy, she's throwing shade. She's talking about how he can get robbed. That shit, like, how did they go into the conversation of robbing this dude? But she did throw in the fact that this is nothing new. Just like you said, Chef, that everybody did. And she said, I have a guest that's coming on later that, he was one of the people. She was talking about Flavor Flav and all the other rappers that had, the grills in their mouth. But she was just talking about robbing his ass for $1.6 million. Then she said he lied and he might be broke in 5 years. And then Norman was like, well, he can knock him out his mouth and sell him. I was like, what? What are they talking about?
Yo, he do got some hits on the billboards.
Oh no, he does. Post
Malone.
Malone.
Cut to different demographic of fans. So, he's got a pretty long bag. I don't think if he did spend $1.3 million on that, it wouldn't hurt him.
Okay, then it comes to apartments available in New York City. It goes, I want everybody to Google the diamonds are worthless because they are worthless after the war. They will be worth nothing. Even before the war, they are worth nothing. So, with apartments, I understand what you're saying about that because, when you do certain things to diamonds and then how you get the diamonds, it really tells you the value of the diamonds. So I think apartments is saying basically Wendy might be right that, it's not worth $1.6 million because the backstory of the diamonds ain't worth shit. So sometimes when you take diamonds and you put them in your chain and they do all types of stuff to the diamonds to put them in the gold chain or the platinum chain, I was told by a jeweler that it loses its value and it's really like worth nothing. What about your take on that, Chef? You got any opinion on that?
Nah, I believe all of that's true. That's why certain cuts are only made on certain diamonds. You know what I mean? So it's definitely about the quality and the purity. The redness of the diamond and the cut and who's the actual I forgot what they call them. But the person that actually deals with the diamonds, that actual person, the jeweler, we're gonna call him jeweler for now. That jeweler also has to have a history too as well, because his imprint. So say like it's like Empress cut because it was cut for Empress, and so forth and so on. So I think it depends on who's working on the stone as well.
Exactly.
And where it comes from, combination of both.
Yeah, where it comes from, the cut, how it was gathered, and so many different things in the backstory of it. And they said when you cut, like you said, when you cut the diamond and you put it in the gold chain, a lot of jewelers told me that it's worth nothing when you do that.
Mm-hmm. It's just for show.
I was just like, yo, why y'all talking about this man like this? They talk about knocking his fangs out, taking the diamonds out. I was like, what's going on? This is what I'm saying. Yesterday's episode was off the chain. Ralph says, I heard that too. Apartments. Pamela, that's why people spend money on nonsense. People will appreciate you more if you help the needy. Pamela, Wendy did not put that out there. People probably was thinking that anyway. Well, she said it on the show, and she was talking about robbing the dude, like how people will rob him, and people probably thinking that too as well, because you remember at one point in time in hip-hop history, as you can remember too, Chef, that we had the situation going on where people was just robbing rappers for their chain. Remember that? And then people would do like videos, I got your chain, and all that other good stuff. Remember that?
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, it was back in those days. You see, it was definitely easier to collect a bounty on a chain. You know what I mean? As of now, if you do that, if you're caught doing that, you're automatically going to jail. Like, depends on what's going on. It could end up in the Fed. So people have been smart about that, but that definitely was a thing back in the day, man. You take a dude chain. Do your video, you got the chain on, blah, they want the chain, somebody in the middle intervenes, you get that person the money, you get your chain back, and you can do your video like I got my chain back, and everything is all good. But now, you end up with a 10-year bid behind that.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I'm just telling you, yesterday that episode was off the chain. It was just too funny. I was just like, what are they talking about? And Wendy was just shading the shit. If you can see on the screen, that she was like, look at this idiot with this diamond on his forehead. And she actually did she actually was like, look at it with her hand. I was like, Wendy is so shady. She was
I don't got nothing to say about the young dude, man. I don't know.
I know how you feel about Homeboy, so I'm gonna give it action to elaborate. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Whitney on this. I'm glad she checked him.
She checked him.
I'm glad she checked him, man. I'm gonna say that. I'm glad she checked him on that. Salute to Wendy for checking old boy for that, man.
I know. She definitely did.
Ain't he the one with the devil sneakers?
No, that's the other dude. That's the other dude. That's the like, I don't know his name. He's Nigerian or he's African. I don't know his name anymore. I don't know his name.
The sneakers with Nike, right?
No, the Nikes, and he faked the Nikes logo, so Nike sued him and sued everybody, basically to take their logo off. They had nothing to do with the situation. That's the dude. Damn, I can't think of his name. And I just seen a commercial of him last night. I was like, why is he on my commercials? I can't think of his name. Let me see. Let me check in it. I don't have the thing up. I know somebody probably said it. I can't think of his name.
I thought it was old boy right here. But my bad. I'm going off the topic. I thought it was him.
No, that's that other dude that was dancing for, Satan and all that other stuff. I can't think of his name anymore. But he...
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
That's the dude that you're talking about.
Yeah. Somebody in the chat just said it.
Yeah, Nas X.
Nas X.
Yeah, Little Nas X. Yeah. Little Nas X. He got a commercial, a Spotify commercial. I was like, I couldn't find my remote. So this commercial kept coming on and on, like programming and shit, But moving on from Little Nas X, let's talk about this dude right here. He used to be my boy. I'm kind of disappointed in him. So, Joe Budden. You know who Joe Budden is. He's the rapper. And basically, he posted to his Instagram account that he went to a strip club. And when he went to the strip club, he saw a stripper with kitten heels on, and he said he had to leave because he didn't like her shoes. As you can see on the screen, you can see the shoes. And I was like, Joe, this is the last thing you need to be doing, is talking about strippers being in the strip club when, one of your one of the people that used to work for you on the Joe Budden podcast, network, basically accused you of harassing her and doing all this stuff to her, and you lost your Cashapp deal. Joe Budden has lost the Spotify deal. He has lost so many deals because of a lot of behaviors and the way that he acts and the way he handles things. But Joe Buttons is a comeback kid. But in any event, he posted this. So if you guys went to the strip club and you seen a stripper in these shoes, what would you think? And since you are a guy on the phone, what do you think about the kitten heels in the strip club?
Yo, I'm gonna have to agree with him. I don't like the shoes. They are ugly shoes, but I don't know about running to my platform and then dissing her, calling her out on it. Maybe she like them. That's her taste. Everybody don't like everything that Joe put on. He be up there looking like a weirdo sometimes. Let her be great in her shoes. I mean, she up there, she's showing off her talents. You're supposed to be looking at her talents, not her shoes, homie.
He said he saw her shoes and he just left the strip club.
Come on, my man. Stop it.
So, but let's talk about this situation. As you guys know, Joe, his podcast that he had, listen, I followed Joe Budden's podcast. I like more. I like Rory. I even signed up to Spotify to actually listen to these dudes because Joe and the whole crew, they said a lot of good shit, and they was talking about real shit. They was talking about podcasting. They was talking about YouTubers and how to get that bag and how he's going to change it for people. And then Charlamagne beat him to it and changed the whole game. But in any event, Joe, he fired his two co-hosts, which is Rory and Mal. And he said a lot of shit about Rory. He talked about Rory's not his first choice. Rory this, Rory that. You know, he shitted on Rory. And this is supposed to be his homeboy and his friends. And he talked about his personal business. He talked about the situation with DJ Academics. And you guys know DJ Academics was very, you know, in the midst of Joe, you know, shitting on Joe Budden's podcast with Rory because he hated Rory because allegedly Rory showed up to his house. And I've been asking Academics and everybody else this question. Okay, Academics, if Rory showed up to your house and left a note because you've been talking about him on Twitch forever, where's the video? Where's the video? And so, you know, Joe, he fired Rory and Mal. And so Rory and Mal basically started their own new podcast, and Joe said if they start a podcast he was going to sue them. But I believe that they're under Kevin Garnett. That some NBA player, you know, has them under his wing, and their podcast is doing better numbers than Joe. And even Academics came out and said, you know, I didn't think this situation was going to happen. I didn't think that, you know, Joe's fans and the people that followed their podcast would switch over to Rory and Mal. And so Rory and Mal, I watched this whole episode. It was absolutely interesting. I love the shit that Rory said. I love the shit that Mal said. It was just so relatable. And Joe podcasting has not been relatable. And a lot of people saying the new people that he has on his podcast, Joe, which is Ish and Ice, or Ish and somebody else, they're saying that they're not interesting enough. And people were saying that, Joe, you need to dye your gray hair because your audience was like from 25 to like 35, and they can't listen to you no more because you broke the G code. Now, Chef, do you know anything about Rory and Mal and Joe Buttons and that whole debacle that they had recently?
Not recently, but I watched the show a few times.
So what do you think about, have you watched Joe's new podcast without Mal and Rory?
No, I haven't.
Okay. And a lot of people are saying that, you know, Ish and Ice are cool, but it's not the dynamics. And even Van Lathan said, like, yo, the shit's crazy. Academics is coming out and telling people like, yo, listen, if I do something wrong, or if I hurt you, or if I step out of pocket, please don't leave me like y'all left Joe. When Academics was very instrumental in trying to break up the podcast and come after Rory and just shit on Rory day after day after day. And he said it ain't gonna never end. Joe didn't intervene. He didn't intertwine. He would go live with Academics. But yet, how do you feel like if you have a podcast, you have 3 people on it, and you have someone as big as Academics coming after one of your members of your podcast, and Academics has a huge audience, and this person is shitting on your podcast people, which is Rory and Mal, why would he not interject? Do you think Joe should have interject and basically said to, you know, DJ Academics, calm down? And DJ Academics even said on one of his Twitch lives that he was surprised that Joe never even told him to fall back. Joe never even told me to stop. And Academics said, since Joe didn't tell me to stop, I went full-fledged on a mother effer because Academics was mad that Rory came to his house and left a note on his door.
So Academics did this when all 3 of them was on the same podcast?
For almost a year, every day on Twitch for hours, Hennessy out, dissing Rory and Mal, saying that they're McDonald's workers, they ain't shit, Joe don't need them, they ain't nobody, you know, they're employed by Joe, and they're making peanuts, they're making scraps, they're worthless, they're useless. Almost every day to almost maybe 100,000 people. And then once the video dropped and, you know, he uploaded it on Twitch, it would almost get 1 million views.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe never stepped in to intervene. Joe said that Rory told him not to intervene, but if you are the leader of the ship, do you intervene in that beef?
Of course you do. Of course you do. Unless they're really saying don't. I'm gonna yo, chill out, man. I'm still rocking with them. However y'all feel or whatever. You know, we still a crew, man. And what you say about them, pretty much saying it about me because these are my dogs and I ride with them. If that's the situation. But if that's not the situation and there's some more back alley stuff that we don't know about, then, you know, so be it. I'm gonna just tell you from the few times I did watch the show, the other two guys, the Rory and the other guy, they seem like, you know, debaters, and Joe likes to, you know, be the alpha, and they kind of work together because, you know, he's kind of got like, yes, people around him that are his friends, so he can get away with, you know, the persona he wants to give off, because we know that's what it is. So the moment there's friction with that, then he probably feels he's gonna go to how he naturally feels about them. You know what I'm saying? They're not useful. He had them around. Blah blah blah. We all know the backstory, allegedly or whatever. But yeah, if you think they're beneath you, then why would you intervene? You know what I'm saying? I don't think he really cared about them like that. That's basically
exactly facts. He didn't respect them. He didn't respect them enough because, you know, Joe went on a tangent and was like, "You guys ain't never did this. You guys ain't never did that" to Rory and Mal, calling them out like never helping out. And then when Rory and Mal respond to the situation, it was like, "Yeah, we did. We had deals on the table. You know, Mal is with Rockefeller. He's with Jay-Z and all of them. And basically there was, you know, Jay-Z ended up selling, you know, his platform, I believe, Tidal. He sold Tidal, you know, to the Cashapp people, and Cashapp had a deal, you know, with Joe. Joe lost a deal with Cashapp because of the girl that worked on the Joe Budden's network ended up coming out and basically telling people that she was harassed by Joe. And so Rory and Mal basically said that there were deals on the table and they was talking to people, but they couldn't bring it to Joe because Joe would flip out and Joe be like, "Oh no, I don't want to hear what you got to say," or "Who do you think you are?" So like what you're saying, he didn't respect them. But then, you know, he ended up saying that Mal was broke, Mal was hiding laundry detergent and shit like that. And Mal was like, "What are you talking about? I put money in your pocket. You never been hot as a rapper where you would sell out a show and I would get you deals and stuff like that." So Joe totally broke code, and they end up leaving. And then on top of that, Joe was taking shots at them too as well, and they would take shots back. And this was like going on for 2 years. Like they was taking low blows because Rory and, you know, Mal basically are profit partners. So that means profit partners with Joe. Like, okay, so after you get to YouTube, after you get to Spotify, after you get the shows that they do, like at one point in time they was doing live shows. So if you're a profit partner, what happens after all the bills are paid, you're supposed to split everything. You know, Joe of course gets the majority, but he would never give them the records of what the whole network together earned. And then once he finally gave it to them, they saw a $432,000, you know, mistake. And so, you know, they brought it up to Joe. And Joe was like, "Oh, I got the best accountants in the world. My account is this, my account is that." But the accountants was robbing Joe and robbing them at the same time. And Joe was acting like these were his employees, but they were never employees. They were profit partners. And now Joe, you know, he don't know what to do because his shit is falling apart. He's not getting the viewership. He lost the deals. People are not effing with Joe because they were like, "Yo, we was looking at you and we was following what you was saying, but look how you doing your people. This is just ridiculous."
they told him he needed to dye his gray hair.
He need to do something. So yeah, that's the situation.
Dye his gray hair.
And so that was a whole situation. I did do a video breaking that down, and there's even more that now I can add on to the situation because Academics has came out and said like, "Please don't leave me." I didn't know that the audience was going to choose, you know, Rory and Mal, because now Joe's audience is going to Rory and Mal. And I was like, how did you not know, Academics? Because Joe did the same thing to you on Complex. So when Joe left Complex, the whole audience went with Joe. And every time you saw a video of Complex uploaded on YouTube, you know, when he had the new co-host, guess what happened? There would be 3,000, 8,000, 9,000, you know, thumbs down. And so to me, I feel like Academics wanted to get Joe back, in my opinion. He wanted to fuck his shit up. And he did. Is Joe still on the D? Yes. I don't know, Miss T, but there's one thing about the Joe situation is when one of his baby's mother, Sin Santana, you know, some information came out about Joe and doing all this crazy stuff. I don't want to mention it because it's ridiculous, but basically they're saying Joe was in love with Jameson, which is the drink, and, you know, Ritalin, Adderall, and all types of different things of that situation. And, you know, could you imagine going into a basement to record a show and you don't know how the host is going to be because he might be under the influence of all these things? That they had to be walking on eggshells and keep that shit a secret. They never exposed, you know, Joe, and Joe couldn't wait to expose them, call them ungrateful. Joe was like, I gave them Bitcoin. And then if you do the information about the Bitcoin that Joe gave them, it was only worth $1 because I'm in Bitcoin, I'm in cryptocurrency. That's what I do on the side too as well. And Joe only gave them $1. He said they was ungrateful. I was like, Joe is a mess. Allegedly. Yes, thank you.
Allegedly.
11:05. Allegedly, Joe got personal issues. Yes, he does. So that's the whole situation. But we're gonna get off of you, Joe. One day I'm just gonna do that whole video to you and academics. I like academics too as well. But I could see the maneuvering of killing Joe's show. And academics talk about, oh my bad, like, y'all don't leave me, y'all. The way that y'all left Joe, don't do me like that. And he knew that shit was gonna happen because every day in and day out, he was riding them. He was just saying that they were nobodies. Like, why you got a bunch of nobodies on your show? But in any event, let's get back to Freaknik. Now, Chef, have you ever heard of Freaknik?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I've been to Freaknik before.
So tell us some of your experience with Freaknik, and we'll get back to Wendy Williams talking about it.
Freaknik, when I used to go, I was young, you know what I'm saying? So it was exciting to me. You know, it's just like a big old girls going wild, guys going wild type of atmosphere. There's music, there's cars. You know, it's just a lot of freaks meeting up. You know, so-called freaks meeting up and having a good time.
Okay.
It's like a concert. There's music. You know, artists there and stuff like that. So, like I said, my experience. Me and my homeboys, we went and we had a great time. You know, I met Janet Jackson. I think we met a couple of people that day, but it was definitely a good thing to do while I was young. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't see myself doing it now, but definitely a fun thing to do while I was young. But go ahead, talk about it.
Okay, so with the Freaknik situation, you know, Wendy Williams, you know, she brought up the situation of what was going on. Adina Howard, I love me some Adina Howard, but she shaded Adina Howard, and she was like, can you play Adina Howard through the break? And DJ Seswan was like, oh yeah, just that one song. And it was like, yeah, she only got one song. I was like, y'all are shady. And Scrappy's going to be there at the new Freaknik I believe that's going to start in October. I had the dates up here, but and Ray J's gonna be there too as well. But she warned the young ladies to be careful. If you're gonna wear these coochie shorts, if you're gonna wear these butt shorts, you're gonna wear this, just know that there might be some attention that you might attract that won't be good. And so, you know, I was just like, oh shit, I never got a chance. Everybody that I know, my family members, my brothers, uncles, cousins, everybody been to Freaknik, but I couldn't go because of my religious background at the time. I wanted to go to Freaknik so bad. I know it ain't gonna be the same, but the stories that they told me, how off the chain it was, the things that they used to do, and they didn't want me to go there either, but I wanted to go to Freaknik. So, Little Scrappy.
Yeah, Freaknik is the place to be, man. It really was.
That's what everybody said.
They doing a new one?
A new one, yes. It's going to be, what's her name? Adina Howard, and it's going to be Little John, and also Jermaine Dupri and Ray J. So they're starting a new Freaknik that's going to be in October, I believe. And so it's going to be On and Pop, and Trick Daddy's going to be there. Everybody's going to be there. But I don't know if it's going to be the same, because I would love to have been back there when I was that age to enjoy it all. You know, now I'll be like, girl, you better stop it for something happened to you. Boy, you better stop it. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It'd be a whole different level.
get to see all the women in they Daisy Dukes and they 5411s, they Reebok Classics.
I would have been in my Daisy Dukes and my halter top, because remember Daisy Dukes halter tops was this shit. I would have been in that. I can't do that shit today.
Walking pigeon toes, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Got that Alizé flowing.
Alizé.
Alizé was great.
Alizé and Hypnotic is Thug Passion, right?
Yeah.
I would have had that Thug Passion, baby.
Right. And you just park the whip and you walk around. You know, you try to avoid trouble and all that. But there's gonna be people out there from everywhere, man, and you're trying to get as many numbers as possible so you can get your international player on after you get back and you tally up with your homeboys how many numbers you got and from which area code. Boom. And then you see which one you actually link up with, man. You know, it just come with a lot of stories and memories and things like that.
I wish I could experience that, man. And also Miss T said I would be scared to go there now, but I always wanted to go. But my family kept me away. Monique Hill, Too Short is gonna be there. Snoop Dogg is gonna be there. It's gonna be a lot of people there. So it's, you know, they're gonna probably have people from different ages there too as well. People that are fans. And Miss T said that was the 90s for real. I wanted to go so bad, but I was banned from going. And so let's get to Flavor Flav. So, you know, Wendy was talking to Flavor Flav, and I want to say this about Wendy. In the recent weeks, I would say the week before last week, and this week, one thing I have to give Wendy shouts out for, because Wendy has been bringing on people from back in the day, people that were hot when she was hot, people that were hotter than her when she was in the business. So she brought Flavor on. She said they've been friends for years. She brought on so many different comedians. She has been bringing on and having interviews with all the old school people. So it's just so wonderful to see Wendy lifting up people from back in the day, that people, they don't have a platform where they can go on this show or that show or be featured on the Shade Room or be featured at different places. And, you know, Wendy Williams has a nest for that now, and she's been using that nest for the past month now, in my opinion, where I can't think of the comedians, but she brought on like older comedians that had TV shows back in the day, you know, in the 90s, in the late 80s, and bringing people on and saying this is their new project, go support it. You know what I mean? So I have to give Wendy props for that. I know a lot of people hate on her and Blase the Third, but I really have watched Wendy bring old school people out. Like, where's Flavor Flav gonna go do an interview with E, with Bravo? You know, is he gonna be on there with Andy? You know what I mean? No, Wendy Williams is now using, you know, she's probably always used her platform, but I'm just noticing it now that she just had like comedians that I used to watch way back in the day. You know what I mean? I can't even think of their names right now, but she's been bringing people on weekly from her era that is older, you know, that's in their 60s, that's in their late 50s on her show. And it's just like, damn, that's a good, you know, Wendy is an avenue now, and she's using her platform as that avenue. She probably always have, but I just noticed it so much harder today because some of these people I've never even thought of. So Flavor Flav was on, and she was asking him about, you know, you got kicked out of the group, you know what I mean? And and Flav was like, how can I get kicked out the group when I own half of the group? What are you talking about? Chuck D can't kick me out no group. I own half of it. And, you know, I was just like, I did not know. Did you know Flav owned half of, you know, the group?
No, I would just assume because he's half of the group. You know, I'm not making no deal that's not telling me I'm not worth a percentage and I'm doing half of the work. So, no.
When it comes to
I know.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I know Chuck D did, you know, most of the, you know, music, but Flavor Flav, man, he was the antic, man. He was the gimmick. Come on now. Got to pay that man what he worth.
Hey, Brandy Shepherd. It's so good to see you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Brandy Shepherd, for your donation. I do appreciate you. We got 1105. She basically said that Wendy Williams had Superhead on back in the day on her radio show. I know. She used to have, you know, people that, you know, couldn't go to the mainstream media. So Wendy was that outlet for people, too, as well. But when it comes to Flavor Flav, I didn't know that he, like, you know how people kick you out the group and then you don't have paperwork. Flavor Flav is like, I got paperwork. I own half of it. Only thing Chuck D can do is basically not perform with me, but I own half of the group. I own half of this, so I could do whatever I want to do. He can do whatever he want to do. He can never kick me out because I own this shit. I was like, oh shit, go Flavor Flav. But he said him and Chuck D are on good terms now, and they have an album coming out. Chuck D and Flavor Flav, they released music last year before the pandemic began. I didn't know about it. I didn't hear about it. They didn't have the promotion. But in any event, they are releasing a new album, and Flavor Flav said it's going to be like Public Enemy that you remember. And Wendy was like, yes, that real rap music. You know, Wendy liked hip-hop. She liked rap. That's why she was down with Kevin Hunter. He was hosting shows and had all these hip-hop groups come in. And that's how, you know, that's when, you know, she was there. She was a headliner of these artists that didn't have a name for themselves that would come. And they'd be like, oh, Wendy Williams is there. And Kevin Hunter would have her on the poster. So if you watch Wendy Williams on Lifetime, her biography, and everything else of that nature, you can see that the old posters with Wendy and all these hip-hop artists, that's how she ended up with Method Man. So, yeah, thought Flavor was just a hype man. You know, and some people get that, but he was like, nah. He's like, he produced, he writes. And he was like, you know, he just came out with a podcast, so he has his own podcast now. And he interviewed Mike Tyson, and this shit was so funny. The first question he asked Mike Tyson, how did that ear taste of Evander Holyfield? Why he do that? Mike Tyson was... Mike Tyson was...
He was crazy on the Flavor Love. I think Flavor Flav, my personal opinion, I think he's perfect for reality TV. That's just yeah.
What'd you say?
I said I think Flavor Flav is perfect for reality TV. Anything like podcast or anything like that, I just think he's got the personality for it. You know, he wasn't just a writer for a Public Enemy. He was the image as well. He was the brand. Like, you know, without him, there is no Public Enemy. You know what I'm saying? Hype Man is just a little bit of work he did on stage. You know, Chuck D was more reserved and didn't speak without. You know what I'm saying? When they used to do interviews, you would see how, you know, political and what stance Chuck D was taking the other guy, and Flavor Flav would be on the forefront, you know, doing his thing, raising his fist, big clock on, yeah, boy, that energy, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's more about, it's definitely hype on the stage, but when we talk about, you know, we walking down the street with a whole bunch of people behind us, he's that energy. Like, that's not an easy thing to do. I'm going to tell you like that. Yeah, but Mike Tyson, I wanted to know what's up with that ear thing too. I think that was a perfect question.
And Mike Tyson,
that was a perfect question.
He answered it. He said it tastes good. And when Mike Tyson was saying that, he was eating chicken.
Oh man, Mike.
He said it tastes good. That's what he
That
said.
tastes like chicken. Come on, Mike.
I don't have the picture of it. I wish I did. Flavor was asking him in his king chair, and Mike Tyson was like, it tastes good. This was on the Wendy Williams show, so she posted the clip of it, and the shit was just so fucking funny. Like, they are doing Wendy is doing too much, but I love it.
Right.
So, and then also, let me get back to this screen. So then also with that situation, I just see a gif of, what's his name, Cedric the Entertainer. Did you guys hear that he was stealing jokes? Could you believe he was stealing jokes?
I think they all steal jokes, man. But I never heard that, though. Go ahead, though.
Cat Williams recently did a podcast, or he did an interview, and he said he was very hurt and he was very disappointed to find out Cedric the Entertainer was stealing his joke, and he kind of like, yo, you ending with my jokes. And that's the first time I ever heard, you know, Cedric the Entertainer stealing jokes, and he stole it from he stole a joke from Cat Williams. I was like, damn, Cedric, for real?
Yeah. I believe it. I can believe it.
And Miss T says, did Flavor have on a clock? Yes, he had a diamond clock on. And basically, when Flav had the diamond clock on, he was basically, you know, telling Wendy Williams. Wendy was like, yo, you got a clock on and you got 2 watches on. Like, what's going on with that situation? He was like, time is the most important thing, Wendy. That's something that we can never get back is time. And I was like, that was so real. But also, when it comes to Flavor Flav, we know the backstory of him and his kids and all this other good stuff that is not favorable to him at all. And then we recently seen his kids on Growing Up Hip Hop New York, and they was complaining about their father not being there, helping them or supporting them, which is a sad situation. But Flavor let us know that he has a drinking problem. He had one for years. He said he's been drinking since he was like 8 years old. He's been smoking cigarettes since he was like 6. And that could be a joke or it could be true. But Flavor said that he is, you know, alcohol free. He's clean and sober. And that's what he said. I don't know if it's true, because if you seen him on Growing Up Hip Hop, it was a sad situation of the New York situation. But in any event, he said he is free of, you know, alcohol and cigarettes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know.
So I don't know about the whole stealing joke thing, but I'm gonna say stealing the jokes is okay, but when you, as a comedian, when you steal a person's punchlines, like how he delivers his joke, I think that's more damaging, because a lot of the comedians tell the same joke. I'll give you an example. You got Mike Epps. He does the crippled uncle who walk around. And then you got Smiley, who does the church, you know, person. They it's the same type of joke, but it's just delivered differently. So as long as they're not stealing each other's delivery, I think they're gonna bump heads with the jokes anyway, because most of them are going off life experience or things that they saw, and you're not the only one that's privy to things going on. Like things like that they joke about. So the actual joke it's gonna happen. But when you steal a person's whole flow, then that's questionable.
That's what he said. But somebody in the comments said that he's not reputable all the time. That's what they said about, you know, Cat Williams. And also, hey Mo, what's going on, Mo? You know, she's been around for a long time too as well. She has a website. She's doing a lot of different things for Father's Day. If Mo, if you can drop your link, that'll be cool. Chef Disaster, drop your link too as well, so people can subscribe to your channel.
All right.
I don't have it up. Like, I will be able to do it later because I got too many screens up. And so Wendy Williams. So am I finished? Oh, and Flav made it be known, because they was talking about reality TV, you know, the Flavor of Love show, which a lot of careers was built off of the Flavor of Love show from the girls, and from, like, we wouldn't have all the other Chance of Love, we wouldn't have Daisy of Love, Rock of Love, if it wasn't for Flavor of Love. And yes, I watched each and every episode of Flavor of Love, and I rewatched it maybe a couple of years ago, and the shit was always funny. But Flavor said that, you know, VH1, you know, basically he had the highest rating, 7.5 million, and they have never been able to duplicate a show that will get 7.5 million views. So he was getting 7.5 million views on Flavor of Love, because that shit was new. Flavor of Love was crazy. You couldn't believe that these women really wanted to be with him, and none of them did, but they did whatever they had to do, was kiss him, make out with him and everything. And he would say some things about them, say like, why you got bumps on your lip, you kind of stank, you smell bad. He was a mess. He was a mess.
Full of it. Yes, he did. Cause what was that dude, what was her name? Delicious? Ooh.
Delicious, yep. Delicious is famous because of that show. She ended up with comedian Michael Blackson. you know, and you know, then they broke up, and now she was just on couples retreat. She's been in reality TV because of being on that show. Boots is still on Instagram doing the best that she can because she was in a love triangle with Michael Blackson. He got a new girl, and it's like, damn, Michael Blackson, why you choose the other girl over Boots? Like, Boots, to me, I think Boots is beautiful.
Why is Michael Blackson going after all the girls on Flavor of Love?
I don't know. Because he was watching the show like we was. He was watching the show. But he was feeling like, I can get these women. I was just watching the show out of pleasure. He was watching the show. I'm going to bang that one. I'm going to get that one, Lord. And then we get to Wendy Williams. And, you know, Wendy Williams has a statue, a wax statue. And I didn't put the picture of the statue. I don't know where it's at. But in any event, you know, she has a picture of a wax. She has herself in a museum, a wax statue. And she has a ring that's all full of diamonds. And she didn't like the ring that they had on the wax statue. That she was like, you know what? I need you guys to change something. She wanted her original ring that is full with diamonds to be on the wax statue. Because she said, it's summertime. People are going to be going to the museum to visit it. And they're going to see me. I want them to see the real diamonds. I want them to see what my ring really looks like. So this ring that you see on screen, you know, one is fake and one is real. And, you know, she was basically like, I had my ring in a Ziploc bag. I was so scared that the wax figure was going to have my real ring. But I wanted people to see that this is the diamonds that I wear on my finger. So this whole ring that we always see Wendy in and had her hand up is full of diamonds. It's all diamonds. All diamonds. Like, damn, Wendy, you ballin'.
Yeah, that thing chunky too, bro.
Yo, for real, you see that ring? Like, Lord.
Yeah.
And so Flavor Flav, he has his podcast, you know, coming out, and basically he talked about his album and his podcast too as well. And where else he was going to do that at? Nobody was really going to book him and interview him about that, you know what I mean? They used him up when it came to Flavor of Love, when it came to him and Bridget Kelly, when it came to So Real, or, you know, these other reality TV shows. Them networks wasn't going to give him an interview, but Wendy has been coming through for a lot of older people and a lot of older artists that people forget about because they're not on the Shade Room. They're not on Instagram. You don't see, not that they're not on Instagram, but, you know, the big blogs don't post them. So that was a good situation. Go ahead, Wendy. I mean, Wendy is flossing. She's out here like, bitch, I'm doing it. And so let's get to this situation when it comes to Akbar. Akbar, you know, she was beefing with Alexis Sky, and she was beefing with homegirl, Galore, and, you know, in a Philly club and Blasing the Third. And then Akbar got online and she was like, Alexis Sky, the reason why your baby has the challenges that she has, because, you know, Alexis Sky baby is, you know, mentally challenged and has a lot of disabilities. And so Akbar was basically saying, your baby got all these challenges because you were on some things while you was pregnant. And so everybody was like, oh my God. And some people agreed. Some people was like, this is below the belt. So Alexis Sky, you know, she responded to Akbar. Akbar basically said, you know, that she apologized and she's sorry. She shouldn't have talked about her daughter. She shouldn't have talked about Lele. And she said talking about a special needs kid, you know, she really offended a lot of people. And this really hurt Akbar too as well, because Akbar is an upcoming rapper. You know, she was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and also she is Kandi Burruss' cousin. I was like, Kandi, hire this girl for a job. But Alexis Sky, you know, she commented under the Shade Room of Alexis Sky post that that Akbar posted, and Alexis Sky saying, your apology is not accepted, point blank, period. I was like, damn. So basically Akbar came out here disrespecting and Alexis Sky's daughter, and which was terrible. Basically saying her mental illness and her mental challenges and her disability is because when Alexis Sky was pregnant, she was doing this, she was doing that, and she was blah blah blah. And now she's apologizing for the situation. And at first Akbar was like she wasn't going to apologize for the situation, but now she did. So what do you think about that situation?
Man, I just think that's foul. Like, to talk about somebody else's kid because you don't like them, that's just all the way wrong. For me, ain't no coming back for that, especially when you put it on a public platform. it just would not be no coming back for me from that one. We would just have to not be friends anymore, whatever the case may be, because you shouldn't do that, man. Talking about somebody's kid. Did the kid really got issues?
Yes, very bad issues.
Yeah, come on now.
I mean, issues that, that anybody... Oof.
Yeah, what is the apology going to do?
After
the damage is already done.
Amen.
The damage is already done.
Amen.
You already put that out there. You already put that out there about someone's child. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. And so let's get...
And you want to be somebody's role model.
Oh, she ain't nobody's role model. Lord have mercy. She need to get her kids. Akbar has a situation where I would say this about Akbar. Akbar was shot in the head. And so she has migraines. She has different headaches. This is what they showed on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Who knows if it's true or not, but she definitely was shot. She definitely did have a mother that was, on that base stuff, and she had a hard life. And she had children where her children are with their father. And the children she don't really, have full custody of her children. Kandi Burruss tried to help her out and got her a house or an apartment or a condo in Buckhead. And then, I think Akbar was trying to do everything and anything that she can to get attention and have people, big her up or her music. I think she can rap. She was a very heavy set woman, and people said being heavy set, hold you back. And so she lost weight. So now she's skinny, or I think she got a tummy tuck or whatever. But she does have issues. So when someone has a bullet in their head, they might not be able to think wisely all the time. But I'm just saying that at this, because I don't really want to dog nobody out to the worst, because she does have issues, and she did have a troubled childhood. But doing that on social media, and yes, the story where Alexis Sky, Laura, whatever her name is, Galore, it was a story that was on the internet for at least, it made waves for maybe 4 days on the Shade Room and everywhere, and it blew up. And then you had Akbar doing all types of lives. I was gonna post all the things that Akbar said, but then I was just like, I got other shit to do. But she finally came out and she apologized. I think it was the backlash too as well. And people ain't gonna mess with you when you talk about children like that, because who wants to be affiliated with your brand? And so she's deeper hurting herself, and I don't know if she understands. Like, if you want to be street, you want to be cool, you want to do all that other shit, and Blase and the Third fight in the club, be in a strip club, make music and all this other good stuff. You got children, and people know that you don't got your children. People do know you got a bullet in your head too as well. But for her to go there, it's something, sometimes you just got to look at people's mental aspect and what they aspire to be. And she aspired to, to be this internet sensation, this musical genius. I don't know about musical genius, but whatever, and she thought, and she thought that this was cool, and it wasn't. And
yeah, it's no cool, man. No fly zone right there. We don't do that.
What's up, Dave Hart?
We don't support that. We don't get behind that.
Nope.
You get no love after spewing that type of rhetoric.
And
none.
Yes, and especially if you can't prove it. There's some people that said, oh, yes, she did. Alexis Sky did, or whatever the case may be, or whatever. But that's not your place to tell people, because you got to fight with Alexis Sky, not with her daughter, Lele.
Man, I feel like the people that actually have children that go through this, all those people, should troll her page. I mean, it's the same thing like Michael Vick did with them dogs. With them people with the children that have this condition, please go at her. I mean, the gay community gets behind their people when they're done wrong. I mean, when people do this, we have to see a bigger movement against it, because it definitely shouldn't be allowed to do by people who have a broad platform. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
That's been seen by, I don't know what you said, a couple 100,000 people over there at the Shade Room. Would you say that?
Yep.
maybe more, but come on. You talked about a child like that probably has to live with their condition for the rest of their life. There's no, I didn't know what I was doing. Well, if you don't know what you're talking about, you probably shouldn't speak on it.
No, she did it to be hurtful because she was hurt by Alexis Sky, because her and Alexis Sky is supposed to be road dogs. You know, Akbar was out here, you know, throwing blows, you know, for Alexis Sky when it was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And that shit was so, that season of Love and Hip Hop with Alexis Sky and, you know, Akbar, and also light-skinned Keisha, and what's her name, Tokyo Vanity, and there's another, and Bambi, and there was another girl that was in the mix, Spice. Like, they were supposed to, you know, there was about to be a brawl. Like, they tore that place down. And Akbar was on Alexis Sky's side, you know what I mean? So they was cool. And so for this to happen, Alexis Sky was like, yo, if you need help, if you need anything, I know you're trying to be popular. I know, you know, if you want me to shout you out, just let me know. Because I think Alexis Sky moved away from Akbar. And Akbar probably felt a certain type of way. Probably felt a little bit jealous because you could see Alexis Sky on the screen. Akbar did lose a lot of weight, but she don't look nothing like Alexis Sky. So Alexis Sky said that, and basically whatever, and then Akbar started talking about her daughter. But we also got to give the backstory of the daughter. But Alexis Sky, you know, Alexis Sky chased Masika around on Love and Hip Hop Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and basically kept saying that her daughter is, you know, Fetty Wap's daughter. And she was chasing Masika around, trying to fight Masika, trying to have a conversation. And come to find out, you know, there was a whole bunch of baby daddies that could have been Alexis Sky's daughter, which doesn't give, you know, Akbar any ammunition to use against that child, because that child is innocent. But Alexis Sky, you know, she done did some shit to be on TV too as well. She don't, you know, she probably knew that Fetty Wap wasn't her baby dad, and she tried to put the baby on Fetty Wap. And even when Fetty Wap had got really popular, he was on Love and Hip Hop New York, Alexis Sky was on there, and she was chasing Fetty Wap down. And what's that, who is the, you know, that group, what's his name, Snitch 9, you know, he was involved with Homeboy, that was the manager or the record label person, you know, that dude, I can't think of his name anymore, and he's in jail. Say that again. Shoddy. So Alexis Sky was signed to Shoddy too as well, because she was supposed to rap. And then there was a scene with Fetty Wap and Alexis Sky. Alexis Sky was like, "Oh, you were a deadbeat. You know, you haven't seen your daughter Lele, blah blah blah." And Fetty Wap was basically doing what he do, you know, falling back. But come to find out, Fetty Wap wasn't a father. And then it was Fly Lucci was supposed to be the father from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Then he wasn't the father. Then we find out that the father was a regular degular that recently did an interview with Hot in the Kitchen, or In the Kitchen with Meno. Meno has a podcast too as well, or a show on YouTube. And so, you know, but in any event, it doesn't give Akbar the right to talk about her daughter's disabilities.
Yeah. Nah, that's that, like you said, that don't give her a right to talk about the kid, though. You know
Nope, not at all.
She, out of all that stuff you just said, I'm sure she could have said anything other than that. I mean, she
Exactly.
spread her business about who she been sleeping around with, if she wanted to be messy. But just talking about her child, that was extra messy, beyond repair. That's how I move. That's beyond repair. You're not going to talk about my child, and I'm going to remain your friend. I'm sorry.
Yep, no.
Facts.
And so let's get to the situation when it comes to Erica Mena and Safaree. So as you guys know, July 5th, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is going to come back on, and Erica Mena is going to be, she's one of the founding members that's going to be on the show, and we know that she's going through a divorce with Safaree. She says Safaree is this, Safaree's that, Safaree's manipulated, Safaree's terrible, he only cares about himself, Safaree's not a man, Safaree's this, Safaree that. So Erica Mena has been bashing Safaree, and basically she doesn't want Safaree in the delivery room when she gives birth to their second child. They only been married for a year and a half. And so now she's saying Safaree, she doesn't want him in the delivery room. And Safaree basically saying he wants to be in the delivery room with Erica Mena and their second child. But now, Erica Mena is saying that, no, I don't want him there, Blasé the third, they're getting a divorce. And, they're fighting over alimony, they're fighting over custody, they're fighting over joint custody, they're fighting over everything, basically. So, is this for TV? That's the question. Are they putting their relationship out there like this and doing this divorce situation and going through divorce and basically spreading all types of rumors about one another? The alleged rumor is the reason why Erica Mena doesn't want Safaree around, because Safaree allegedly has been cheating on Erica Mena.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this: that's they're gonna ride the horse they came in on out. Because I know them from reality TV. As far as me is concerned, that's how I know them. So if they're gonna go out, they came in that way. It'll be interesting to watch them go out that way. So I'm definitely thinking that it's all like made for TV anyway.
Yeah, but so now now they're saying that Safaree was cheating on Erica Mena, while she was pregnant. And she's still pregnant. And, he was out doing the show. He was doing this and he was doing that. Then Erica Mena is basically saying that she doesn't want him in the delivery room. And Safaree saying, I want to be in the delivery room. And so the divorce decree reads like this. Erica Mena wants the house. The house that Erica Mena and Safaree owns is huge. When I say it's huge, it's up there, close to what Rick Ross has. It's close. It's big, and I don't know how the hell she gonna be doing with the kid, 2 babies in that big ass house. That's number one. And they, you can sell that house and get a smaller property in Atlanta and Blasé the third. But in any event, Erica Mena, she wants the house that they obtained together as a married couple. But Safaree said, okay, you can have the house. You can have the house. You can live in the house. But he was like, he doesn't want to be responsible for any mortgage payments. He don't want to be responsible for any tax payments, but he also wants to still have equity in the house. And also Safaree wants to keep all his vehicles and all his, toys like dirt bikes, 4-wheelers and shit like that. He wants Erica to keep her shit and her vehicles, but he also wants joint custody because he wants to be able to have a say-so in his children's life and what they do, how they educated, their religion. And, so now they're going through that. Erica Mena says the only reason why Safaree wants that shit is because, joint custody is because he want to look good in the public eye. He wants to look good. He wants people to think that he's a good father. He's good. He's a good man. She said he's only doing it just to perpetrate in the media. What do you think about that?
Well, I'm going to just say, should she really be mad that he wants custody of his children? Actually, what I'm saying? I don't think she should, but I think he's more smarter than that. I think he knows that he would have to give up a bigger bag without partial custody of them children. So, I think he's taking that road. Even though he seems like a man that loves his children, but I think he knows what's up with that.
And he has some issues, being raised without a father, having his uncle being his father. And, he knows the plight of a single woman too as well, but also keeping that bag too as well. But there's also some allegations that Safaree said that he does not want to be with Erica Mena because he doesn't want to go to jail. So basically he's saying that she's testing him and allegedly that Erica Mena, be putting paws on him. And he said basically, he's not here for that shit because he don't want to lose his freedom over Erica Mena. And also, but they're reality TV stars. They would do anything to stay hot. So it's just like, is this shit real or is it fake? And if it's fake, they would go to this level, still be in love with each other and basically put that negative energy and karma out about their marriage just for a TV show? These reality TV shows, as far as Love and Hip Hop, Black Ink Crew, Grown Up Hip Hop, the shit is fading away.
I mean, anything's possible with reality TV. We've had people put out a sex tape and act like they wasn't in coerce while they was doing it.
Mimi Foss and Homeboy, what's his name? That shit was so crazy. She was like, oh, he put that sex tape out on me. Mimi Foss is, she just dropped some information about her relationship with Ty. Mimi Foss now is just strictly, peach juice. She's strictly Porsha juice out here in these streets, Lord.
Mm-hmm. So I think anything is possible. It's definitely made for TV. I tell you that much. It would be interesting. You know, I don't never want to see divide of any union, but it would definitely see how this one. It would be interesting to see how this one play out. You know.
And when it comes to Safaree said not too long ago the biggest mistake he ever made in his life was marrying Erica Mena, and he posted that on Instagram.
Yeah. Sometimes we make. Is this his first marriage?
This is his first marriage, and this is the first time he has children with a woman. And what Mo just said, Erica Mena did kick her baby's father on national TV on Love and Hip Hop New York. She tried to fight her baby father. And, we have Safaree basically saying that he don't want to lose his freedom behind her. It's too stressful, so he's out. But there's also been, the last time Love and Hip Hop New York was on TV, they threw a party for Erica Mena, and Safaree had all his pictures, and he was they're basically insinuating that Safaree is very vain. And they're also saying that Safaree, he said, he's not attracted to pregnant women, and he doesn't like the weight that she gained, and then she got pregnant again. So they was going through a whole lot, and she's accusing him of cheating. And like Dave Hart said, yes, if it's going to cause her a difficult pregnancy, then he shouldn't be in the room. But Erica Mena don't want Safaree there out of spite, so he can miss the birth of his second born when he wants to be there. So with them two, it's just like you don't know what's real.
Right. They are definitely interesting. I don't even know how they came to want to be a thing, because they're just two different type of people. You know what I'm saying? It was just a weird connection from the beginning for me.
And I think someone said in my comments, but I've never heard it before. Someone said in the comments, on a video I did before, that Safaree's mother told him not to marry Erica Mena.
Yeah.
And I remember when they was getting married, she was very iffy on his family being there. She was very shitty towards his family. But sometimes you have to keep in mind that they do this shit on reality TV to make these people look a certain way, and they don't mind because they're getting a paycheck. So you don't know if they're doing this for reality TV, because Ray J and Princess do the same shit all the time. Ray J was supposed to be out having sex with everybody in the world, doing this and everything, but Ray J and Princess filed for divorce twice, and Ray J and Princess are together. Ray J and Princess have all these problems, but yet they're capitalizing off of the alleged problems they have. So is Erica Mena and Erica Mena and Safaree doing the same thing Ray J and Princess is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Hart says that he shouldn't be in the room, period, but there is a waiting room. Lord have mercy. Reggie, what's going on? Greg Blanchard. Hey, hope all is well with you. Thank you so much. You already know I love you to death, Greg Blanchard. Greg is like from the beginning of me starting my YouTube career and, making videos and him asking me questions. Like, I learned a lot from Greg and his questions and how deep he was with his question that he asked me about my opinion. I was like, why do you care about my opinion? I didn't understand, and then I started to get it. Okay, you put out these videos, people want to ask you questions about this, people want to ask you questions about that, they want to know your thoughts. I would just review the show, and Greg Blanchard would basically ask me all these questions, and I wouldn't know how to answer them, and then I'd be like, oh, what? And just nervous because and he came back and forth over the years and supported me, come in the comment section, and this is the beginning of my YouTube career, with he was there, you know what I mean? So it's always a blessing. And then he super chats me again, after earlier this week, that I appreciate you so much and much love to you. And, he would ask very detailed, in-depth questions because, he would watch TV, but he would look deep inside and have his own perspective of, the question he's asking you, but then want to know your perspective of the question. So, he got me into that situation where let me take my time and answer these questions and talk to people and basically let them know how I feel. And I didn't even understand that that was an important part of YouTube in the beginning of my YouTube career. So thank you so much, and blessings to you and your family. He's always been supportive. Every now and then he'll pop in and be like, I'd be like, yo, what's up? And Dave Hart said he should not be in the waiting room, period, but is a waiting room. So, you know, Dave Hart is basically saying if it's going to cause Erica Mena stress while she is delivering the baby or having the baby, that, you know, she doesn't want Safaree in the room. And Safaree's petitioned the court to say that he wants to be in the delivery room. So what do you think about the Erica Mena and Safaree? Like, I would say that I would not want anybody in my immediate family or my immediate friends or my immediate, you know, YouTube family to, you know, engage in a relationship with Erica Mena, because I believe that she hasn't got the help that she needs. And I wouldn't advise anybody to be in a relationship with Safaree, because it seems like, you know, he's a fame whore.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion.
I agree with you. I think she got some issues, you know, some issues that need, you know, some attention. And I really, you know, Safaree is definitely a fame whore, you know. So I don't think, like you said, either one of them or anybody should want to be with them. But we shall see. They probably already got somebody else in the working.
Well, so the rumor is Safaree was cheating on Erica Mena, and allegedly he got somebody pregnant, or whatever the case may be. If anybody he should have got pregnant, it should have been Nikki. He should have got her pregnant before she got pregnant by her new husband. You know what I mean? But in any event, it's a sad situation, because Safaree's not perfect either. He comes off as a simpleton. He comes off as a guy that don't know much, because anybody that get punked by Joe Budden, you know, it's like nobody gets punked by him, and Safaree was punked by him. Joe, you know, pushed him to the limit, and, you know, the people came out for Safaree because, you know, Safaree was robbed by one of his friends. You know, he's been taken advantage of. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Safaree, man. People keep running up on him.
Yeah.
Man, my bad.
So they ran up on him, took his jewelry. It was supposed to be his friends. And, you know, Joe Budden, you know, pressed him and basically was like, I'll put your face in the sand on an episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. But Joe and, you know, Safaree are friends now. You know, they made up, Blase the Third. And then Safaree, like, there was a recent performance that Safaree did, was on the Shade Room. That was real funny. Safaree, his dancing, it's not cool dancing, Safaree. I don't think you can dance.
Yo, he be out there trying, though.
Yo, he be trying.
Yo, he reminds me of, like, one of those annoying mama boys. Like, he seems like he's a mama's boy. Like, you know, they got everything and they just don't sit down and they want to show you everything. Look at this, look what I got. Like, you like, yo, he bring them bikes out one more time. I'm a chump him. He just seems like an annoying guy. I'm just saying.
And that's what people say about him, that he that he could possibly be that guy. But in any event, so we'll jump back to Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. When he was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, I can't even remember the details, but it was with Ray J, and also Safaree was supposed to allege had slept with, what's his name? Damn, what is, because I wasn't even going to talk about this. Allegedly had slept with A1's girlfriend or something like that happened on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. And then, you know, come to find out it was all a lie, and Safaree got pressed by Ray J. Ray J is a kingpin. Ray J is brutal out here in these streets, but still, Ray J cannot press you on camera. And so he had a situation. So Safaree has been the butt of people's jokes and the butt of, you know, Love and Hip Hop when other men want to press him. So it's just like, I think it was A1's girlfriend. And what is her? I can't even think of A1's girlfriend. No, I haven't heard of her in so long. I don't even know her name no more. You guys in the comments know who A1 girlfriend is. Who's A1's girlfriend? Lyrica, thank you, Major. Thank you. Lyrica. You know, when they was at the dinner table and Ray J was like, and they was like, oh, you said that you slept with Lyrica. Was it Lyrica? I think it was Lyrica. You know, because this is so long ago. And he got pressed and he made a fool of her. And Safaree was upset. Safaree was trying to fight. And basically, Safaree to me is a wimp. And he got with the wrong chick to be a wimp. He got with the wrong, because there's some women that like dominant men, and Erica seems like the type that likes the dominant men. But but did you guys hear about the beef with A1 and the Hitmaker? Did you hear about that, Chef?
No, I didn't hear about the
A1 Bentley and the Hitmaker, you know, was going back and forth. So let's listen to this. Okay, so here we go. So we got the Hitmaker. You know, the Hitmaker, he was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and that whole situation went down. So A1 Bentley, I like A1 Bentley. You know, there's some things that, you know, he can change about himself, and I love his mother. His mother is just a hoot. But this is from the Jasmine brand. So here we go. So this is this is A1 going at the Hitmaker. Lord have mercy. You know who the Hitmaker is, right? You know who the
Young Bird, right?
Yeah, Young Bird. I couldn't think of his name either. I don't talk about these niggas.
Young Bird.
Young Bird. I don't know their name. But I would say one thing is...
You know what's crazy, though?
Go ahead.
He was tied in... I heard this girl that was tied in getting him robbed, because remember they had his robbery on camera?
Yep.
That same girl had something to do with lining up Pop Smoke.
Yes, that is very true. That's true. And I was about to mention that before you even mentioned it. So, Young Bird defending himself and having the video cameras and everything else was the same chick that lined up Homeboy, which is so bad. Pop Smoke, and one thing about Pop Smoke I didn't realize, because, you know, I don't listen to a lot of, I do every now and then, but sometimes I don't know their name because they all sound alike. But Pop Smoke really bigged up dark-skinned women, and that was like, you don't hear that from rappers. And I would just say this, I would say over the weekend, not this week, it was last weekend, I was in a room full of, you know, dudes from the age of 21 to 30. And they were talking about reality TV stars. They were talking about stars. They were talking about rappers or females and who they're attracted to. And they was naming all these women. And then I was like, you guys got a list for, you know, dark-skinned women. And they had no list. It was like, I don't know any attractive dark-skinned women. I was like, damn. I was like, damn, this is, yo, listen, that shit is real when it comes to programming, when it comes to what you watch and what you see, that you don't see a lot of dark-skinned women. These dudes were young, you know what I mean? Very young. And I was just like, oh my God, you know, and then, so, you know, I tried to spit whatever I could spit, but they was just like, yo, I don't know. They was like, oh, only dark-skinned we know woman that is pretty is, what's her name? Naomi Campbell. I was like, what about a young dark-skinned woman? They couldn't name one, not one. And I was naming, I named Regina Carter. I named, you know, a whole lot of different other women. And I was like, I don't know. That was like Kelly Rowland, maybe. But we don't know any pretty dark-skinned women. I was like, damn, these were all black dudes. I was just like, I felt hurt for a second. I felt hurt.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Not one. They don't even know if dark-skinned women are even pretty. I was like, damn. But here is...
That's that public mindset.
Yeah. You know, it's programming that happened over the years, because before there was Instagram, YouTube, and all this other stuff, you know, you watch TV and you didn't see too many dark-skinned women. When they did put dark-skinned women on TV, it was in a certain light. And it wasn't praised, and it wasn't in these beautiful, sexy, you know, commercial or beautiful, sexy shows. Back in the day, back in the 80s, back in the 90s, in the early 2000s, when they had pretty dark-skinned women on, news, sitcoms, and different shows, they always have them covered up, or, you know, looking like, you know, like they were manly, you know what I mean, had like these small short haircuts and things of that nature. So it was a lot going on, and the programming is real. And then, you know, people don't understand that their children watch the programming and the things that you say and the things that you do. And, you know, when you see these, and then when you see Yo MTV Raps, not Yo MTV Raps, but MTV shows and VH1 and all this other stuff, they had most of the light-skinned artists on, and the people that made a big deal out of the people who were light-skinned, when, you know, it's all love. It should be all love for all complexion. Like, you should be attracted to, you know, all that is black, and they only was attracted to, and they were young. It was like, damn. They was like, we can't rock with you, Mary Jane. We only know these light-skinned women. And they was like, yo, it's the light-skinned Dominican women that we want. And that shit was sad too. Shit was sad. But here we go with the Hitmaker. You know, Hitmaker getting dissed by A1 because they're beefing. I don't know if Love and Hip Hop Hollywood is coming back out, but I really wish that they would. But here we go.
Yo, Hitmaker, I wasn't even gonna say nothing, but I seen your comment under the shade room because I laughed at what Soulja Boy was saying to you. You gonna say, "Oh, I'm 10 million behind, I need to catch up," bro? First of all, you don't have $10 million. Second of all, you're not a real producer. Third of all, you're not a real writer. I could keep going on. Like, bro, you don't make the fucking beats, nigga. You just get niggas like OG Parker and Smash David and all these niggas, Ayo and Keys. You get these niggas, you collab with them, they make the beats, you put your tag on it, you do make the plays, I give you that. You make the plays, you don't make the beats, you don't write the records. Krishan is the motherfucker who writes all the records, bro. Me and Krishan was partners. You turned Krishan against me when we got robbed, and in reality, we got robbed because of you, bro. I'm tired of like chilling and keeping cool. Today was the day when you commented back being a smart ass. I seen you on the Breakfast Club some months ago talking that shit, talking about when Charlamagne asked what happened with me and you, why we ain't partners no more, and you said, oh, I was doing some shit for Love and Hip Hop trying to stage a robbery, bro. What the fuck I'm gonna do that for, nigga? You sound stupid as fuck. Nigga, you're known for getting robbed, bro. You have been getting robbed your whole career and beat the fuck up, bro. Like, everybody know this shit. And you have been running around telling Ty Dolla $ign, Jeremiah, all these niggas that I set you up and I'm the reason that we got robbed, bro. I don't got beefs with nobody. You the one got us robbed, nigga. You did some fuck shit in Miami, nigga. I ended up finding out you did some fuck shit in Miami, and niggas didn't like it, so they was gonna have you robbed every fucking time. But I'm not gonna name the person who stopped it, but they stopped it and saved your motherfucking life, nigga. So quit playing, bro. Like nigga, I was a loyal nigga. I always been down, nigga, and had your back, nigga, from when so many people was about to fucking beat you the fuck up, bro, in the studio. Like, so many people, bro. So, nigga, I'm the nigga that took you to the hospital the night we got robbed because your head was split the fuck open, nigga. I got video and pictures, nigga, and I'm not even that type, nigga. I ain't even blast you, bro. I ain't even fucking put nothing out, nigga. But, you know, it's crazy how you can kind of try to talk shit and say, oh, you 10 million behind, but then you running around throwing dirt on my name. Like, why you doing that? Why you a hater, nigga? You don't want to see me shine, but I'ma always shine, nigga. And money don't make me happy, nigga. My son make me happy. My family make me happy, bro. So, you know, you got one more time. Matter of fact, you got no more time, nigga. If I see some fuck shit, you mention my name in a bad way, and I hear about it, nigga, I'm beating you up, nigga. Straight up. Hold on, please.
He's gonna beat up Hitmaker. Lord have mercy. Anybody can beat up Hitmaker. Like, what's going on?
He want all that smoke.
He wants all of it. A1 wants all that smoke with that green hair in his head. Like, how old are you with that green goddamn hair? Like, what's going on with that shit? Like, let's just talk about that. Why do you got them sunglasses on that look terrible? I just have to talk about this. I like A1. Don't get me wrong, because if you watch my Love and Hip Hop Hollywood recaps. I'm here for A1 and his mama. I love his mama. His mama is just so funny. But what's up with this green hair? What's up with the black hair, dark green, gray, and all this other stuff? And you're on here talking gangster. Like, you're doing too much because you was pressed on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood too as well. Don't even get me started on these dudes that be acting like that they tough and they're not tough. Like, you talking about beating up Hitmaker. Hitmaker been, like you said, he been getting beat up and robbed since the beginning of time, before YouTube was even popular. We can go back and watch Hitman get pressed. Like, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, so Hitmaker, Hitmaker got some issues too as well. He got problems. They all got problems. Lord have mercy. I don't know if Lyrica and A1 are still together. Supposedly they are still together, but supposedly they're not together. Who knows what's going on? But A1 Bentley is out here in these streets wilding. And I had the video of Soulja Boy, and I left my phone recording the video, and then, I needed to check on it. But Soulja Boy has been out here pressing, on Charlamagne the God. Like, Soulja Boy went in so bad, you know what I mean? And it was crazy. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat room. So what do you think about the video, Chef?
Soulja Boy, tell him. But nah, I think A1, right? That hair, I blame it on Lil Weezy. Lil Weezy, man, to blame for all that stuff.
Yes, he did.
Blame it. Lil Weezy. So, I can't be mad at that. We allowed Lil Weezy to be him.
Yep, we did.
And as far as him coming after Hitmaker Young Berg, I mean, like you said, where's the points in that? Where's the points in that? This is a guy that likes to attack women, stuff like that. He's not a tough guy, so where's the points in that?
Exactly. It's too much going on. I was like, OMG. So that's one of the situations. And so, where's home? Okay, so let's talk about this situation. Who's this? Okay. All right, so as you guys know, Kanye West is getting a divorce from Kim Kardashian, and basically it's over. We know Kanye West has allegedly mental illness. He's been touched in the head. So Kanye West is out here with Irina Shayk, and she's a model. She's a pretty model or whatever the case may be. She's out here in these streets, and she's been. Last week she was out with Kanye West. They was doing all types of crazy shit. There's a picture of Kanye West dressed in like some crazy gear. But I don't have it right now. But in any event, so he's dating this new woman allegedly, and she's a model. And Kim Kardashian basically said that she has met Mrs. Irina Shayk, for a minute. Like, she's seen her at different places and blah and the third. She knows her. So Kanye West is allegedly dating her, but she was out this week. This whole week she was out, and she was being, people taking pictures of her. She's out with Bradley Cooper. I was like, oh shit, she got a baby by Bradley Cooper. So Bradley Cooper was, he was an alright looking guy, but this motherfucker looks, I don't know what's going on with his look. So maybe he needs to get under the camera, get some makeup on, but he looks very different. But so now she's out. I don't know if Irina, Shayk was actually out with Kanye West, just probably making business, but they had them holding hands and all the things of that nature, and it looking like they were actually a couple. But she has a kid with Bradley Cooper, and they were out today and yesterday, spending time because it co-parenting. So I don't know. I don't know why this shit is in here, but it's in here. it's one of the topics.
No, hey, look. I don't know where these people friends be at. Like, do they separate themselves from the people that really love them? Because where they folks at? Who raised Kanye? Salute to his mom. Prayers for her for being passed away. But where his help at? Because he looking real bad out here. He looking really, really bad out here. Like, come on now, Kanye. And he picked somebody that looks eerily similar to him, so you know, he's dealing with that still. That hit him hard. But
yes, you can still.
yeah, man. Go ahead.
No, you're facts. I thought she looked like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. I just think that somebody needs to, you know, where Kanye friends at? Jay-Z, somebody, man, he looking bad out here.
I don't think he cares no more.
Get your boy, man.
He's a billionaire, so he doesn't care anymore. So let's move on to the story of Offset. So there's been people coming out against Offset and you know, making fun of Cardi B, and basically saying Cardi B, you know, she might be pregnant, allegedly, you know, who knows. But in any event, you know, her husband is Offset. And so people, you know, Amigos released a new album, Culture 3, but they have a song that I haven't heard yet that everybody's telling me to listen to that is like the hit off their whole album. But in any event, you know, Offset was out in the club and he was partying and he was chilling, and you know, Batty G was there. Batty G was at the club, and people were saying, "Oh my God, he's just awful. He is terrible," because you know Batty G was in the club and he was there too as well. And so what they're saying, because Batty G is the sister to the woman that is suing, you know, Offset. I mean, suing Cardi B. So her name is Jade. Jade basically is Jade and her sister, which is Batty G, are basically, they filed charges against Cardi B because Cardi B allegedly had them beat up in a club. They were bartenders, and basically it was, you know, Jade right now, she is dating, you know, Snitch 9. And so therefore let me see if I can put this up so you guys can see. So with this situation is, so Offset was in a club. He was in a club chilling, and basically they're saying that, oh my God, he is so terrible, he is low down, and Cardi B is stupid because he was in a club chilling, promoting, you know, he just got off the release of his album. So you see Offset in the blue. He's in the blue where you can see the arrow at, and then the other arrow is another, what's his name? Is DJ Clue. So therefore, you know, when it comes to Batty G, you know, she was in a club chilling with, you know, DJ Clue. Offset walked in a club and he's throwing money right where Batty G is, and Batty G and her sister are actually suing, you know, Cardi B for assault because allegedly the two sisters that are bartenders, they were beat up in a club and they were harassed, and they said it's because Jade, which is the girlfriend of Snitch 9, you know, was sleeping with Offset, and it was like, oh, Offset's in a club with the same girl that is suing his wife, and you know, she might be facing felony charges because they put assault charges on her, all types of different charges on Cardi B. And so now they're blaming Cardi B because, you know, Offset was in the strip club. He walked in the strip club, Batty G was there. She was there chilling with DJ Clue, and then he's near their section and he's throwing up money and everything else like that. So it was like, oh, he is terrible. Look how he's playing Cardi B. She's pregnant. And it was like, oh my God, if shamefulness, if embarrassment, if it was like you shouldn't be married to a mother effer, would be Offset. So everybody's blaming, you know, Cardi B for the situation because, you know, Offset was there in a club. And what did they want him to do? Did they want him to attack her? Did they want him to leave? You know, basically they're just saying, you know, because Cardi B has been indicted on 14 charges, you know, totally, which includes 2 felony charges for the strip club brawl that happened in August of 2018 in Queens, New York. And so they're saying like, oh, why is Offset there? This is so shameful. And now they're blaming Cardi B as being stupid and dumb. And people will say that she has been stupid and dumb when it comes to Offset. But in any event, how is this her fault? And is it, you know, is it his fault? Should he have left the club if the woman that's there is pressing charges against his wife, is there in a club chilling, and he's in the strip club and he just throw money and he's standing there, he's chilling, he's having a good time? Should he walk away, Chef? Should he have left the situation, or what?
Yeah, because it's a bigger picture. it's a bigger picture. You know, when lawyers are involved in things like that, and people may be going to jail, we can't put ourselves in what do they say?
Compromising.
Yeah, compromising situations. Yep. So I think he should have seen, and then he threw money in her direction.
Yeah.
And I was about to ask you, is he throwing it at her, or is he like acting like he's doing it because she's a stripper or something? Like, what's the whole thing with that? Like, you know, anything can and will be used against you in the court of law. And if you don't want Cardi B to go to jail, then I wouldn't be tampering with the witnesses, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, true indeed. That's a fact that I didn't even look at. Tampering with witnesses. There's already been a tamper where they said that Offset was reaching out to, Jade, and basically was calling her, and that was a whole big situation. Cardi B said, no, Offset was not calling her. He wasn't talking to her. This is fake, and blase the third, when she does have a pending case that is open in New York City. And, New York would love to put you behind bars.
Yeah. They love to park you real quick. Go sit down.
I was like, damn. So they're and this is Batty G. This is the girl that, Offset allegedly had intercourse with. And her sister is the one that was in the club. So you got Batty G and you got Jade. Jade, as you see on the screen, she is dating, Snitch 9. And basically, she's pressing charges against Cardi B, and her sister's pressing charges against Cardi B for allegedly having a brawl that took place in New York club, and they were, harassed, they were beat up, blase the third. And so, seeing Offset in the club with the same girl that's pressing one of the girls that is pressing charges, which is a sister of the girl he allegedly slept with, and he's throwing money in her direction. People are saying Cardi B is stupid, she's dumb, she's about to be pregnant, and yet Offset is sitting here in the club throwing money towards her way and standing there like it's all good.
Yeah, I don't know, man. She took him back, so what can she say at this point? It's not his first time being caught with his hand in the cookie jar, so can't say she's dumb because she knows it. Sometimes people just have to get tired. That's all I can say about that situation there. It's a bad look, and these women are trying to put your woman in jail, which is one of your children's mother, and he's throwing money that way. And then the sister is chilling, with DJ Clue. I guess DJ Clue is out here with these young chicks. DJ Clue is out here chilling. I was like, look at DJ Clue. Daddy Clue.
DJ Clue's out here.
Yes, sir.
DJ Clue's out here with a young baddie.
Yeah, leave Clue alone, man.
So DJ Clue was actually he was actually
got nothing to do with what Cardi B and Offset got going on. He's just trying to get his little swerve on. Leave him alone.
So this is the woman that DJ Clue was in a club with, which is Batty G, which is Jada's, sister, or whatever the case may be, and they're bartenders, and it was assaulted by Cardi B's, people, allegedly. And so this who DJ Clue was in a club with. And Offset is throwing money. Why you throwing money for, Offset? In her direction. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. She do look good, though. She do look alright. I ain't gonna front. And who this Batty B?
No, this is I moved on to a whole new story. This is one of Nick Cannon's baby mamas. Which one is this? Okay, this is Anissa Scott. Anissa Scott, she is pregnant right now, and she soon she'll be delivering a baby by Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon allegedly almost got 7 kids to 8 kids out here in these streets within months. So Nick Cannon's out here spreading his seed wide and deep with, DJs and radio personalities and wilding out girls. The rumor's been like, all the people will crack on Nick Cannon or make fun of Nick Cannon because, he has something going on with wilding out girls. But, she's allegedly pregnant by Nick Cannon. I was like, Lord have mercy. Nick Cannon be out here in these streets. Nick Cannon is trying to catch up to Future. Or so this is her right here. Her name is Anissa Scott. And right now this is okay, let me see. Okay, this is her right here, Anissa Scott. Right now she is pregnant with Nick Cannon's baby. The last name she's given to the baby is Cannon. And so this is the woman that is pregnant. Let me see if I can. It's going to show play music. So she did a baby shoot, a pregnancy shoot, basically saying that she is pregnant and she's having Nick Cannon's baby. And we don't know if it's twins or not. And she's a former Wildin' Out girl. So she is set to deliver any minute.
So who Nick with now?
Nick is with everybody.
Oh, all right. So he's community thing right now.
Yes, he is.
Nick.
And so this is Nick Cannon's other baby mama. Her name is Brittany Bell. She has twins with Nick Cannon. So you just seen one that's pregnant. She might have two, because Nick Cannon has, you know, the let me close this. Nick Cannon has the genes. Okay, where's this noise coming from?
So, chat. Wow, Mary.
I can't even see the chat.
Alicia says, I'm pregnant now just by looking at him. Rena says that. Then Nick is for the street.
Nick is definitely, he's definitely for the street.
Nick.
So
My
this,
bad. Go ahead.
so this is Nick Cannon's, you know, this woman, I think, what is her name? Her name is Albie De La Rosa. She just gave birth to Nick's twins. Let me see. Here we go. So she just gave birth to Nick's twins. And, you know, just spent on the shade room and everything. So she's a DJ. She's a radio personality. And she just had twins. And so she just gave birth to Nick's kids. And people are cracking on the name. I'm not even going to say the children's name because it's so messed up. Because I know y'all going to start cracking on them. You're going to start talking about them. So she got 2 kids with Nick. You just seen the Wildin' Out model, which is Albie De La Rose. So you got Albie De La Rose right here. She's pregnant with Nick Cannon's baby. We don't know if they're twins or not. And then he has twins with Mariah Carey. So there's 1, 2, 3. So he got the twins with Mariah Carey. And then he has twins with, you know, Brittany Bell. So he has twins with Brittany Bell. So that's what, 1, 2, 4, 5. 5 kids. So this is his other baby mama. Lord have mercy. And then you have Albie De La Rosa. She has 2 kids, 2 twins with Nick Cannon. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's doing it 5 and who else? Who else is the next baby mama?
I've been acupuncture my
Let me
face
see.
recently and I got scars all
Let
over.
me
Did you
close
do it
this.
often? Does it hurt? No, I shouldn't have done it. I copied a TikTok video. My whole face is scarred.
Whatever we wanted, it's coming.
Okay, so let me close that out. So yeah, Nick Cannon's out here, and then Alexis Scott, she's pregnant. She might have twins too as well. Then you have, I'm just like, damn, Nick Cannon's out here doing a damn thing. He's out here just having these kids. He is not playing around, you know. So he got 4 twins so far, 1 baby on the way. And it's just like, damn, Nick, what's going on? What are you doing out here in these streets? Nick is out here giving it up. You know, I guess have a baby by me and be a millionaire by 50 Cent. I guess that is just the situation. So it's just like, damn.
These dudes out here be wild.
Nick Cannon is 40 years old. You know, he's rich. He got money and everything else like that. But, you know, it's just like, how are you going to give all these kids, you know, what they need if they're all living in different places in different spots. And plus, Nick Cannon has a TV show, a talk show coming out.
From what One Direction gave me, I grew massively in some respects. To the point that, yeah.
So it's just like,
Yeah, he gonna have to sit down soon. Before he have a whole tribe over there.
He's going to have a whole tribe.
Yeah, he's gonna turn into Nature Boy right in front of us. You have a whole clan.
I'm like, what is going on with Nick Cannon? Nick Cannon's out here in these streets. You know, he's not thinking about wrapping it up. He's not thinking about any of that. So she's pregnant, which is Anissa Scott. She's pregnant, and we don't know if it's twins or not. And then Abby Della Rose, she has 2 babies by him. And you got Brittany Bell, she got 2 babies by him. So together, that's 5 right there, and 2. And then you got Mariah Carey, she has 2 babies by him. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He got 7 kids.
Be a millionaire. Have a baby by me, baby. Be a millionaire. Nick.
And then, all the while, he has this beautiful black woman that is, you know, his girlfriend, but she ended up breaking up with him. And I have a whole video about that, the timeline. He was just out here sticking it raw. Lord have mercy. He was doing it raw out here. Mariah Carey's the only one that got a ring and had his babies. The rest of them are going to be his baby mama. You think he going to marry any of these women? This is Brittany Bell. She got her 2 kids. I wonder if he's going to marry her. If he haven't married her yet, he might not. And you got Abby Della Rose. You know, he got 2 kids with her. So I wonder if he's going to marry her. Probably not. And then you have Alexis Scott. You know, she's pregnant now, and they might be twins, but they're not saying it. And so he's just out here just spreading it wild. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Nick Cannon, what are you doing?
You don't know. You don't care. He said he can afford it.
Yeah, but he can afford, I believe that Nick Cannon definitely can afford these kids. But can he afford to give them all the attention and the nurturing that they need? Because not only that, he has Wildin' Out, he has his DJ stuff, he has his comedian stuff that he does, and then now he is going to actually be launching his talk show, and I think it's coming this summer. So he's pretty busy.
And you know what I noticed, Mary Jane? A lot of these men don't commit themselves to their children after their children is born. They still stay dedicated to their careers. But the women, when they have a baby, they fall back for a little while. You know what I'm saying? To be with their kids, so it's just different. He don't care about that. He don't care about spending time with. I'm not saying he don't care about being a good father, but he about his bag. He about.
Cause he gotta take care of all them bills.
Huh?
He gotta take care of all them bills. He gotta pay. Like, you think about the mansion he live in. You know he got more than one mansion. You know he has so much going on. There's a lot of, and stuff like that. So he has to have money coming into as well. But to keep up the lifestyle that he has to continue to work. Because that money's going to run out. You got college. You got taking care of the kids. He's probably taking care of certain friends, certain family members, and certain things of that nature. He got to pay taxes, property tax, business tax, on a whole lot of different things too as well. And then projects that he want to create, he has to pay money for that. And then on top of that, his wardrobe, their wardrobe, you know, we'll see what happens. The females that he is with, the ones that he has children with, other than Mariah Carey, you know, they're living in nice homes. They're living in homes that middle class people will live in, and some of them are living in non-middle class homes. But you know, he hasn't upgraded them to his type of lifestyle. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he only married one person, and that was Mariah. Mariah.
Yeah, I remember he was going to fight Eminem over. He was going to war with Eminem over her.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And she just recently shaded Eminem for something. I forgot what she shaded him for, but... And then also, let's get to this. Dr. Heavenly from Married to Medicine. She has changed her whole look up. She looks different. She don't look like Dr. Heavenly anymore. Look, guys, this is totally different. This is, you know, I'm like, oh my gosh, she don't look like this. This does not look like Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly has definitely transformed. So what do you think about this video with Dr. Heavenly? I'm going to show you another picture of Dr. Heavenly. So what do you think about that picture? How does she look?
She look alright. She look alright. I like the hair and everything. It look alright.
Okay, this is what Dr. Heavenly used to look like.
Man, you just showed me, who that?
This is Dr. Heavenly. This is the woman that you just seen.
Okay.
She looks totally different.
Yeah.
Yo, she transformed quick.
Mm-hmm. She definitely got older. I don't know what happened. She got older.
Yeah, but that video that I just showed you is recently. That's like a day ago. She transformed to a whole different person.
Wow. Yeah.
Money talks and bullshit walks. Shit.
Yeah.
This is her right here. She definitely, you know, got that. She definitely got that A game up.
Mm-hmm.
Cause she don't even look like the same person no more. She looked like she got her nose done, her eyes done, and the makeup is on point. The red hair, the lips. She looks very young, and she's not young. I mean, not at the sense of she's not in her 30s.
Yeah. That hair, it look expensive too. I'm gonna tell you that much. That hair definitely looks expensive.
It does.
Yes, it.
She upgraded, baby. Dr. Heavenly upgraded. This is Dr. Heavenly look totally different. This is her right here. As you can see on the screen, this is her. She definitely upgraded.
Mm-hmm. She look like an Instagram model.
Yep. This is her again right here with her daughter. Her daughter's definitely beautiful. Yep, so basically that's all the stories that we done had tonight. That is it. You know, we're going to call it plastic surgery is a beast, Miss T. He says that. Damn, she looks different. She looks totally different. Dave Hart, oh my God, this is a mess lot. She looked totally different. Dr. Heavenly, don't do it, boo. She did it. She looks different. Lord have mercy. She lost, I guess, 10 pounds. Mo says she has 10 pounds of makeup. Miss T, kids needs more than...
Yeah, it don't play. It don't mind the shade of the chat, boy. I see.
And 1105 said, what did she say? He allegedly is getting, okay, hold on. He's not going to remarry. Nick Cannon, no, he's not going to remarry. He's not marrying them. He's always said if Mariah want him back, he would marry her again. But I am sure Mariah don't want him back. Raina says that. I was, you know, I got so many screens up. I can't see the shade that you guys are throwing. I got 2 babies from him, too. That's what Too Much said. I know.
I told you.
I can't see it. I got too many screens open. And Raina says, I think he passed Future up. I think he did too, Renee. Too damn much. It's like 7 kids, 2 by Mariah, 2 by Brittany, 2 by Della Rose. We know how many that wildin' out girl is about to have. I know the wildin' out girls want that stimulus check. LSW, total of 7 kids, Nick. Within a month's time, Nick is an alien. That's what Too Much says. I know, I'm not even, he named his kids it's not right, but since they're rich, they might not get made fun of, because they won't be in public school.
Right. It won't matter.
Oh, they might be homeschooled. And too much that I still love him. Mo says community peen. Too much niggas for the streets. Raina, damn, she do any day now. His twins was born 2 days ago. I know. I have a video of a timeline that I couldn't upload. I couldn't find it, so I gotta go on my clouds, which is crazy. And then we got Dave Hart. Cardi is ignoring it. I feel if she might be kind of delayed. So basically, Dave Hart is saying that Cardi B is delayed and malfunction, and that's why this man Offset is out in the street. But so I'm glad I did talk about the situation, because Chef Disaster and you guys in the chat made me think differently. I was like, how is this Cardi B fault? He just walked into the club. But then looking at the bigger picture, is like, yo, these women are trying to put your woman in jail. Stop that bag. Put your wife in jail. Put your baby mama in jail. And you sitting there throwing money her way. It didn't kind of like, click together. You know what I mean? Because I'm so used to people just hating on Cardi B. But thank you guys for you inciting me. And thank you, Chef, for that information too as well.
No doubt, Mary Jane. You know you the queen.
Oh, you're the king too. You're the king of food. You're the king of what you talk about and what you do on your YouTube channel. So I hope you dropped your... Let me see if I can find your link. Drop your link in the...
Queen, baby.
You're the king.
Queen, baby.
You're the king.
You got this bull by the horn.
You know how that goes. You know how that goes.
Yes, ma'am. But yeah, you're welcome. You're very welcome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you guys for your opinion. Dave Hart, did you block me earlier? Okay, I guess black woman times 2. I guess you are considered a troll by one of the mods, so you might have been blocked. He might have blocked your ass. Lord have mercy. He might have blocked you. He might have said the shit that you said is ridiculous. Whatever you saying is whatever. I don't give a damn. But, I guess you're saying that Safaree should be in tune to Jamaican women because he's Jamaican, but he doesn't want Jamaican women, blase in the third. So that's what it is. But I need y'all moderators to help me out and do what you do, baby. So I think this is Chef, I think this is your... Yes, please hit the like button. Thank you, LSW. Chef, I just threw your link in. Let me click on it and see if it's your link. Nope, it's not your link. I don't know what the fuck that was. I'm going off of YouTube, and YouTube is not giving me your link. Let me just click on your... Let me see. I can't even click on... Okay, here we go. Chef Disaster. Alright, so this should be your link. So please check out Chef Disaster. And I don't know who else I said check out. I don't know. Okay, so you put it in there.
Didn't you say Mo?
I asked Mo to put in her situation. She put it in accessories for, Father's Day. You know what I mean? Like, she's been coming in the chat for at least a year and change now. She's cool. I don't know anything other than goodness of her. And, maybe, I'm going to go to Mo's, thing and check. I did check out Mo's accessories, and that's how I knew that she had stuff for Father's Day, because I went over there, and I think she mentioned in the shop, but I went over there and I checked it out. I'm gonna purchase something from you, Mo. She's trolling as fuck. Dave Hart says she's trolling as fuck. Dave. Okay, black woman times 2. I don't know. He goes, I never said that. That Caribbean people have... Oh, okay. All right, my bad, black woman times 2. So black woman times 2 is saying that Caribbean people have color issue problems with colorists and things of that nature. And I'm totally with you, because that's what Spice talked about too as well on, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And we know there's a lot of bleaching cream and a lot of different things that they do have over there. And, people that are Caribbean nation, some of them don't even consider themselves Caribbean when they try to do certain things. Some people, not all of them. I understand what you're talking about, woman times 2, because I believe You know, I heard a lot of Tariq Nasheed talk about the situation, and a lot of other people talk about, you know, the Caribbean issues. And I even heard a Caribbean woman talk about a long time ago when she came to America that, she wanted the best life possible for herself and her children. And basically, her complexion and what she looked like, she put on her, whatever papers that you fill out, she put that she was Caucasian or she was white. Like, I don't know what papers you fill out because I just only know America. And all my ancestors are from here.
That's crazy. So a dark-skinned woman put white?
She wasn't dark-skinned, but she was, she was very, very fair-skinned. And they left an option open for her to put on her papers to come here. This is many, many years ago. And she had explained this story. And she said that she put, white or whatever, off-white. I don't know what the options are on them papers. I know the options are on, like, are you black, white, Latino, Pacific Island, Native American, not black. I know that. She said some other shit.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's why he calmed out? Well, that's why they calmed out?
I have no idea. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I seen it. I didn't know what happened.
No, I get what she was trying to say. She was basically trying to say that him being a Caribbean man, being a Jamaican man, maybe he was caught up in what Erica Mena looks like, as far as her complexion or Blase in the third. That could be a situation, but it also, to me, could be, reality TV. And we know he dated Sophia the Body. We know that, when it comes to Safaree, he has dated a lot of, women that are very bright, on TV, but we don't know if they actually have real relationships because, the shit is all made up on TV. Sometimes, Yeah, Dr. Heavenly looks totally different. So, right, Mo. Hey, Felicia Butler, Dave Hart, you are welcome. We don't call each other names on here. This is a chill type of channel. Yes, Mo. I don't be doing none of that. I just be chilling. I don't be liking that beefing. But, lately, there have been people coming in, being very disrespectful. So, the people that come in and that disrespect me, please block them. And please use your discernment when someone else is talking and you think they're being offensive. Please use your discernment of, okay, this may be cool for the chat. Or maybe not. You know what I mean? Just use discernment because, a click in a view is a click in a view.
Absolutely.
So use discernment. Like, I never had to tell anybody, anything unless. But in any event, this show is over. I need to go watch Growing Up Hip Hop. Major had already bounced to go watch Growing Up Hip Hop. Most likely, I'm going to do everything I can in my power to go back live tonight to review Growing Up Hip Hop because I think it's supposed to be off the chain. Is Nick Cannon allergic to condom, Miss T? Lord have mercy. Nah, he don't want to. He's rich. He don't want to use condoms. He don't want to use condoms.
You don't believe in those. They're allergic, like she said.
Nick, like, oh.
I'm allergic to condoms. I break out of them.
He damn sure does. Oh, thank you so much, Chef Disaster. Please tell me your last words and and sum up everything, and also tell people where they can check you out at.
My last words on everything, just please be entertained by the stuff. That's what these people are, the entertainers. So enjoy the show. Don't think too much into it. Don't worry about their lives more than they do because it seems like these celebrity folks have more problems than us poor folks. And a channel with Chef Disaster 3.0. Definitely would like to see some of you guys come through and have the conversation with me. I appreciate you, Queen Mary Jane, for allowing me to come on the platform and share that with everybody. And you keep up the good work yourself, you know what I mean? You're a trendsetter. You're a trailblazer. Peep Squad is in the house. Peace and love, spread love, not hate. And I'm out.
Thank you so much. appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Please like the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. I'm going to try to, you know, watch Growing Up Hip Hop right now and then come back, give you guys a review on the situation. Thank you, Chef Disaster, for coming through and keeping all of us entertained and giving us your opinion, because it's good to see, you know, other opinions. But if anybody wanted to call in, the phone lines were still open because I can have at least 5 people online at once. But nobody else decided to call in. Chef Disaster, he took on that heat, he took on the topics, and he discussed them too as well, and I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the moderators. I appreciate everybody in the comment section giving their opinion, but let people give their opinion too as well, just as long as it's not hurtful and, you know, it doesn't, you know, hurt people, because, you know, we're not about hurting people. Like, we talk about different things, we talk about different subjects, we give our opinion to people in the chat. I read your comments on your opinion of what you're saying too as well, so you can be heard as well as you can hear my opinion. And then I try to have people on the phone lines too as well, so you can hear their perspective, because it's not just my opinion, it's not just this, you know, everybody has different insight on different things and different information and have dealt with different things in their lifetime. And I appreciate all you guys for coming through. Please hit the like button, it's greatly appreciated. I appreciate the super chats. I appreciate all that, for real. You know, I'm not you know, I just like good energy, you know. So if I talk bad, I'm gonna say something good. If I say something bad, if I say something good, I might say something bad too as well, so everybody can get the aspect of what we're talking about, but not dogging people, because I'm not perfect. I ain't never been perfect. Ain't nobody on this world perfect, because if we was perfect, baby, it would be crazy. But in any event, thank you guys so much for the opportunity to actually entertain you guys, and actually, you know, to be a part of Peep Squad, and actually be a part of the family, because we are a family here. And sometimes we disagree, sometimes we have different opinions, but we have to learn to deal with that too as well, because there are people that, you know, I could be talking on a certain subject and say something a certain way, and I would be like, oh, I disagree with you. And far as it could be my moderators, it could be people in the comment section, but that's the bullet I have to bite. So therefore, if you're in a comment section, sometimes you're gonna have to bite something that you might not agree with, but don't take it personal, because people just give their opinions, and I love all aspects of opinions, even if they're flat out wrong. It's just like, okay, that's what you think, you know, you can't change a person's mindset. Lord have mercy. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. I don't block you. I am La. Okay, Dave Hart, you just, you know, you're on one tonight. Okay, I am looking 83. Deleted by Felicia Butler. I don't know why you guys got my moderators delete. This is the first time I've seen people delete comments. Y'all must be violent. I can't. I have 18 different screens open with different information, different stuff that I talk about, and then I have my cell phone, and then I have my iPad, and then I have all, you know, when I go into another screen and I show you a video and things of that nature, or when I change the landscape of the video that you're actually seeing. So it's not easy for me to see everything that is going on, and that's why he wears them. Lord, y'all are too much. But hopefully we'll be back for Growing Up Hip Hop. Thank you, LSW. Thank you, Dave Hart. Thank you, I Am Looking 83. Thank you, Kim Woodward. Thank you guys for coming through. I'm saying thank you. I know people gonna say, like, why you saying thank you to these people that did this and said this and did that? Lord have mercy. LSW, you know, Dave Hart, you know, Chef Disaster 3.0, Mo in the building. LSW, please check out Mo and show her some love too as well. Felicia Butler, thank you for being here. Hattiesburg, Mississippi's in the house. Miss T, Louisiana, you know, New Orleans is in the house, baby. I gotta find out where more of you guys are from. Black Woman ×2, I see you, was good, was popping too much, was in here reading and writing like it was nobody's business. Heaven and, you know, was in the building too as well. You know, thank you guys so much for coming through. 1105, thank you for coming through too as well. Thank you guys for coming through. You know, I appreciate y'all. I'll try to get all the moderators, and then I guess I'll go back and look at, you know, the chat. I said so. That's the situation. Nick is a twin maker. Yes, he is, Miss T. He is making twins out here in these streets, baby. Imagine just having a boy and a girl. You are all set, baby. Thank you guys so much for coming through the comment. I can't go back for so far, but thank you guys. Please like the video. and tune in because we're probably going to go live again tonight. Again, after I watch Growing Up Hip Hop is 9:40, so probably approximately 12 a.m., 12:05. I may have to eat. I may have to clean a little bit and put some things away. Make sure everybody's all set in the crib, and then come back, watch, Growing Up Hip Hop, and then, handle my business. Thank you guys so much. Please hit the like button. Peace and love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peace, squad. Thank you, Ralph, for coming through too as well. Good night, Felicia Butler. Good night, Mo.